All right, RW Wrestling Podcast. We are back with a WrestleMania 37 review.
It just finished.
We literally just finished?
We just finished watching WrestleMania about half an hour ago, and we're ready to talk about that shit because there's a bunch to say. And man, what a wow! We caught night 1 and night 2 on the same day, and yeah, we freaking like we crunched all that together. Wow, what a However, I will say this though, it went quicker than I thought it would.
It definitely did.
When did we get started?
We got here at like 2:30.
So we got started around 3, maybe 3:30.
Yeah, about that.
And we got done around with the whole thing around like 10, maybe 10:20 or so.
Yeah. So it wasn't bad.
With no break either. I thought we would take like an hour break because we get done quick enough to between night 1 and night 2.
Absolutely not.
It just went right. We had to go right through it.
We didn't even need to.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're just gonna go.
I mean, technically our break was in between when we were watching NASCAR.
Yeah, because the pre-show was still.
We had that half an hour.
Yeah, so technically we did get a break.
Well, because there was no quote-unquote pre-show matches, which is fine.
Well, good, because there's more than enough pre-show matches on the show.
So they should have stayed there. Yeah.
First things first, we open up WrestleMania Night 1, and it is raining.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of rain.
So we have to wait like 20 minutes.
As Michael Cole would dub it, WrestleMania has started.
Yeah. Yeah, so the first thing we actually see is we get Vince McMahon and the wrestlers are all out on stage, and we also see fans, people,
fans.
noises.
Hi, people. Hi.
All the people.
Hi, green shirt, smiley face guy. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Front row.
All Elite Scooby-Doo.
And Vince addressed the fans. Thank you for showing up. It's been a year, a month, and a day, or whatever Titus would bring up.
Yeah, he said a year, month, and a day.
You've been missed. We can't do this without you. All that stuff. Thank you for coming out. I thought it was pretty cool. And then we go straight into a bunch of interviews. We go backstage between the two backstage interviewers and the announce tables.
So before we start actually talking about what was said and who was said, I thought it was funny following this on Twitter before we did the social media blackout for this. It's like, holy shit, they might get fucked up.
Yeah.
They brought the Thunderdome to life.
Yeah, because there was a big storm.
They did. Yeah, you sent us a text of like the friggin' like rain coming in, like all big orange, like an orange cloud.
I sent that like an hour and a half, 2 hours before it started. I'm like, I don't know, man. This is.
Yeah, in fact, which match had all the announcers standing up because they couldn't sit down at the table?
The first one, too.
Yeah, the first and the second match. I didn't see it till the second one.
All right, so we had some Victory Road filler inadvertently. It had to be done because they had
no choice.
They had to fill time, so
they were under a lightning stoppage.
Yeah. All right, so the first
thing have to be done.
I don't remember the woman's name. I want to say Sarah Schreiber. Was that the name?
That sounds about right.
Well, at first they called something Tucker or something.
Yeah, there's another guy too, but I think
the woman was first. Girl was first.
Oh, okay. So we have Shane McMahon, and the question was, why do you have a problem with Braun Strowman? And he says, I don't have a problem with Braun Strowman, but I'm just having fun with him, and but you call him stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he is. And then there's basically the McMahon explains. Goes into more detail about why he wants to fight Braun Strowman, and it's really I could have cared less. I just wrote that he was having fun with Braun Strowman. And breaking news. Saw breaking news at the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania is currently in a rain delay.
Thanks.
Like no shit.
I was kind of mad though that Shane McMahon didn't go, why am I picking on Braun Strowman?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. That didn't happen at all.
No, I was fucking pissed.
My one thing that actually got me a little bit was that she asked him, like, he's like, what is that thing you're always calling? Like, you calling him names and stuff? He's like what? He's like, you call him like dumb. He's like, you mean stupid?
Yeah. It's like he that no one needs. So I could have cared less about Shane McMahon's bullshit.
Yeah, same.
I could care less about Shane McMahon being on this card, but hey, here we
same.
Bobby Lashley walks up. Shane McMahon sheepishly walks away, and he's with MVP. And MVP says this is the crowning moment of the Lashley era, and he says the MVP is saying that Bobby Lashley is going to beat Drew McIntyre in the middle of the ring. And then Drew McIntyre walks up because for some reason he's walking around while they're doing all the interviews, and he overhears MVP saying all this stuff. And he says, tell me what you were saying to my face. You can't do it. And Lashley says, I'm going to knock this guy out. Drew says, hey, we can do it back here. if you want, I don't give a damn. And Drew McIntyre then basically says, I'm going to win the match. I'm going to retain my title, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to get back what I didn't have last year. Or, I'm sorry, the previous year. The fans are going to cheer me on, yada, yada, yada.
No matter what happens, this match will happen tonight.
Yeah, he said something about last year God took away the fans for me winning, and this year he's trying to take it away again. I'm not going to let it happen.
The other interview was Kevin Patrick, and I think he's either Australian or British. I couldn't tell which.
Sounds like he's freaking Irish.
Irish, okay. So he's with the New Day, the Kofi Creed version. Kofi's like, "Can you feel it?" You know, in reaction to the fans. Creed says, "It's been a year since we've had fans," and they talk about how we're the fans are going to drive them to win to defend their tag belts. Kofi Kingston even brings out a nice little interesting line that I've never heard before about Omos and AJ Styles. Are they registered to be a tag team? Like, what?
Did they register? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Creed says we don't care how big Omos is. We don't care how phenomenal AJ Styles is. We're gonna win the match. Big E walks up and they say Big E, and then they'll hold the New Days together. And for some reason, Big E says something along the lines of "I've got wet mouth." And then he talks about his match with Apollo Crews.
Let's talk about foreshadowing. It's not a good day for the New Day.
Yes, it is, dude.
Yeah.
It's not a good day.
Oh, yeah. I think we fire back over to Sarah Schreiber, and she's with Braun Strowman. And I hated this. Braun Strowman is not pulling off this babyface gimmick.
Get these hands.
I'm doing this for anyone who's ever. I started sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger for a
And
second.
it even bothered me because, like, later in the night, we'll talk about that during the match. He says, "I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to do this for anyone who feels stupid. Like, I'm gonna kill Shane."
You feel stupid? You mean ever been called stupid? I feel stupid all the time.
I feel stupid watching that match.
Yeah. Then we go over to Kevin Patrick, and Owen just says, "Just give me the mic." And he recaps his history with Zayn over the years. I don't think they mentioned anything about Ring of Honor specifically. It's just they've wrestled
they
since
just said
2012.
that they've been
2002.
2002.
Yeah, they said we've been wrestling all over the states. Like they're not supposed to mention promotion names, but
Yeah.
they alluded to it.
Owens talked about how they came up in the business and that no one was talked down to more than the two of them. Really good stuff here by Owens, and says the Sami Zayn we have known is not the Sami Zayn we know today because of all the conspiracy theory nonsense. And the really cool shirt by Owens. He has a KO Powers Implode a la WrestleMania 5. Yeah, KO Mania 5. Yeah, it's really cool stuff. You said he's been doing that every Mania. He kind of like
everyone since he debuted.
Yeah, he does a play on the WrestleMania logo.
Yeah, because he had KO Mania 1,
KO Mania 2,
KO Mania 3, 4, and now 5.
I think we go back to Sarah Schreiber, and she's with Bianca Belair, and she's looks like either she's really nervous or she's a good actress. I can't tell, but she says, "I'm nervous because I care. I stay ready so you don't have to get ready." Good line. I like that. I'm going to prove that I am the best, and then pretty much she says the typical babyface stuff. I'm going to go win and win, my dream, achieve my dream, and all that stuff.
I want a babyface to just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna lose, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll do my best. My best." We go back.
Roman Reigns is unstoppable. I can't beat him, but I'm gonna try to last more than 5 minutes. I tell you what.
They should do that sometime. That'd be fucking great.
So we're gonna fly right back over to Kevin Patrick, and he's with Seth Rollins.
Oh God.
He calls Cesaro.
He's been doing that. He's been doing that. He did it on Twitter to the point where like they took him off of Germany or something. they suspended one of his account in Germany.
Rollins says.
Show up.
Rollins says that
because of that.
Rollins says that I was disrespected when I took the swing from Cesaro. And after the storm clears, in reference to the rain that's actually out there, which is a good line. The sun, well, it's weird, but bear with me here. The sun, the moon, the stars will shine down on Seth effing Rollins all at the same time, I guess. I don't know how that works, astrologically.
He's a god.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
He's
a god. I'd like to see him as a wrestling god versus JBL, the wrestling god, see who's really the wrestling god of WWE.
Oh, God.
All right, then we fire, I forget who's with Miz and Morrison here.
Well, no. First off, Seth Rollins, this promo, oh my God, why?
It was all over the place, wasn't it?
First things first is, I used to watch the Smarkbuster channel all the time, and they used to hate on Rollins for his high, squeaky voice.
I have a follow-up to this when you're done.
And I think it's hilarious because in this promo, I could definitely hear it going, "Hey guys, I'm gonna beat him."
I think I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
I don't think... I think I know why all these energies suck.
They're impromptu.
Yeah, it's all
they're off the
fucking...
cuff.
Yeah, so like, fuck it. We gotta kill 20 minutes. Shit. Who do we got? Come here. Rollins, come here. Talk to the camera for 5 seconds.
I mean, in that respect, as weird as it was fantastic. Impromptu as it was, he still kept going. He didn't stop. He got the required 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or whatever.
It's either that or they just took all the promos they were going to do in the show and just put them in the first 20 minutes to kill time.
Then thank goodness for that.
I mean,
I can handle that.
To be 100% honest with you, these seem like the interviews that you would see on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, or
Like I
the
said,
backstage of Raw somewhere.
It feels like it wasn't planned. It's like, shit, we're going to send you to, Shane McMahon. All right.
And instead of being on YouTube, it's going to be on the actual show because it's raining as fuck and we can't do anything right now.
But going back to what you're saying about Rollins and his voice, I remember when I was watching the ups and downs for Raw, and Simon Miller would go. He would always have this little bit where somebody would go do a promo and say something weird. He would go, "And welcome to another episode of Nobody Talks Like This." And he pointed to Seth Rollins a lot during those little bits. And this was one of them where, like, the sun, the moon, the stars will shine down on Seth fucking Rollins or friggin' Rollins. Or, like, yeah, nobody talks like this. Stop it.
That's your fucking crazy.
All right, so then we go to the Miz and Morrison.
Are we almost
Miz
done with the
and,
promos? To start
Miz
the
and
show?
Jim Morrison.
Jim
John Morrison, sorry.
Jim Morrison's alive.
Oh
Hey,
my god, man.
A lot of undead people we talked about all day. Jim Morrison
Next
says
thing you know, it's going to be Mae Young's tits.
Yeah, pretty soon.
The
question was,
Fuck
how
up.
do you feel you're going to do with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest and John Morrison?
Thank you.
Says, we don't need luck because we got the skill.
Next thing you know, you're going to start calling Simon Miller Steve Miller.
Or Simon Dean.
Simon Dean, yes.
The Miz responds to the question by saying, the fun and games are over. We are the greatest tag team in the 21st century. And then they do like a little 5-second post thing. It's kind of entertaining. I can't get over how great the Miz is. Jim Morrison is weird here. I don't like him.
John?
Twice.
Okay, so well, of course he's weird. He's John Morrison. John Cena Morrison. John
Moxley.
Morrison is so weird, and we're going to talk about that when they do their entrance.
That was the worst part of that match, is their entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
Okay, so then we go to the
Are we starting?
Titus O'Neil
Ah, damn it. We
and
are,
Hulk
but we're
Hogan
not.
are introduced as co-hosts of this show. And all they do is hype up the crowd. I didn't write anything down about what they said because I did not care one
I
bit.
am a real American.
I couldn't get done with the and trying to figure out if Titus was actually having fun with Hogan on stage. Or
I
not.
don't like. There was probably times where during the show where I think if Titus was with other people along with Hogan, he was okay, but by themselves, it looked awkward.
He has
To
some
me.
he has some interesting facial reactions.
I think my favorite part is Titus is like, "This is Titus Worldwide."
And Hogan's like, "Yeah, okay, brother."
He don't know what the fuck's going on.
Can we start
Yeah.
the show? Start the show now?
And then we get America
Cut
the
to
Beautiful.
black.
Oh god!
And then we get America the Beautiful. And then we go to
The WWE Championship
Thank God.
match.
America the Beautiful. Okay, great performance. You did great, but
She also had some nice tits.
she
I
was
wasn't
rocking
gonna.
them
I'm
out.
not gonna comment on the chick who sang the fucking.
BB
He
Rexa was
commenting on the
good.
tits, not the woman.
I know.
She was kind of hot, but hey, that's fine. We got the
Anyways,
WWE title
thank
match.
God.
This is women that aren't hot.
This is not women.
Women at all.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying they're not hot. WWE title match: Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. This is a great match.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Before we, how do you guys feel about the Hurt Business being dropped before this
It
match?
sucked.
Hate it.
Sucked so much.
If
Especially with the result of this match, it really sucks.
If it would have
Right.
if it would have played in the finish, then I would have been like fine. If they would have been like, Hurt Business isn't really broken up.
They're
I don't know if I would like that at all.
They could have built up a new like Evolution style.
Yeah.
Evolution 2.0.
It started.
Add Apollo Crews to that.
It started. They won all the titles. You put Apollo Crews in there. You literally have it.
Yeah.
We are the nation.
Of domination.
Yeah.
Or you have that.
And that would be better than Nation Domination because at least they would have all the belts.
But like just having, because they used Cedric and Shelton to get Bobby
Over.
over, and then They won the titles. They lost their titles. They're like, fuck you. I don't like you guys anymore.
It's weird.
It started. They were hot, and it's like, okay, done.
Yeah, pretty
It
much.
was really, really good for
Hot
like
garbage.
from the week
Smelly garbage.
the week Lashley won the week before Lashley won the title to 2 weeks after Lashley won the title, and it was done.
Well, it was stupid
Those
because
three were the best weeks they had.
It was really stupid because the stipulation of this match is if Cedric and Benjamin got involved, Lashley got disqualified. Well, if you're breaking up the Hurt Business, why the hell do you need that stipulation?
Because I don't think they did. I just think they did it on a whim. They was like, fuck it, break them up.
Gotta add some drama.
Well, I mean,
Need somebody to get their ass kicked by Bobby
as
Lashley.
long
Let
as
them-
Alexander and Benjamin stay a tag team, that'll be the only saving grace, I guess.
We'll see.
I think they needed people to feed the Lashley to make him look strong.
they were
Mania.
like one of the
Because
first. They were two of the first people dropped out of that battle royal.
And then the 2 Mondays before that, it was Lashley beat the shit out of Shelton Benjamin the week they broke up, and then beat the shit out of Cedric Alexander the next week.
Yeah,
So-
because they lost a handicap match to McIntyre.
All right.
But anyways, the actual match itself.
So Lashley does a shoulder tackle to Drew. McIntyre does a big belly to Lashley. McIntyre does a clothesline to Lashley over the ropes. Lashley throws Drew into the barricade. Lashley does a corner spear and a neck breaker to Drew. And Drew does an arm breaker and an arm bar to Lashley. Drew clotheslines Lashley. Drew does a belly to Lashley. Drew does a suplex and a neck breaker to Lashley. Drew does a modified butterfly suplex to Lashley. Lashley does Dominator to McIntyre. McIntyre does the Glasgow Kiss to Lashley. Lashley does a choke slam and the hurt lock to Drew. Drew does a reverse Alabama slam to Lashley. Drew does the Kimura lock to Bobby Lashley, who's on the top rope. Drew does a snapmare to Lashley off the top rope. Lashley does a choke slam to Drew. Drew does another belly to belly. And then he does 3 Future Shock DDTs to Lashley. Then Drew does a running senton over the top rope to Lashley and MVP.
Yeah, kinda.
Kind of.
Lashley does the hurt lock to Drew. Drew eventually gets out of it. Lashley does an exploder suplex and the blackout to Drew. Drew does the Kimura lock to Lashley again. Drew does a big boot and another Glasgow Kiss to Lashley. Lashley gets the hurt lock on Drew one more time and Drew passes out.
Yeah, and I thought that finish was good because it's one thing when you have a submission that's supposed to work and he taps out immediately. I get that, but this is for the WWF title, so McIntyre's going to hold on for as long as he possibly can. So like really good finish here. The idea that he almost got out and then Lashley caught him back in the middle of the ring, and instead of McIntyre tapping out, he passed out. It kept McIntyre strong. Lashley got his move over, and he gets over huge by winning this match.
Which I really didn't think they were going to do, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, this was a slugfest. There was a bunch of reversals. They went to their finishers a bunch of times and were able to reverse them. I thought that was cool.
Because of the connection, just jumping on the
Go ahead.
thing, the connection with Brock Lesnar in last year, when he had the Kimura lock on, I almost thought they were going to have McIntyre win the title that way.
Oh, to take over that move as his own?
Just that moment and the WrestleMania moment, be like, oh, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, using Brock's move.
Yeah.
I totally thought they would have done.
That Tope...
I could have believed it, is what I'm saying.
Was that a Tope con Hilo or was that a...
That was a senton.
It was a senton, okay.
I just can't believe they almost didn't catch him.
Yeah, I mean, I think MVP and Lashley thought they had him, but they were a bit spread too far apart, and McIntyre went splat right to the ground. I was like,
Wham.
God damn.
Good thing he got all the way over.
The only thing I hated about this match was
Yeah.
the MVP thing.
Oh, that right before the end?
Yeah, like,
When he's gonna go for the Claymore and MVP's like, ah!
come on, dude. This is
And then McIntyre's like, what? Where is that from?
And then-
It wouldn't have bothered me so much if that wasn't directly leading into the finish of the match.
yeah. Well, I don't like the. I've never liked the idea of wrestlers being of working a match where you get distracted by somebody who's meaningless outside. MVP can do nothing to you. He walks in the ring with a cane. He's not going to do anything to you. He's way over there, essentially. He's way over there.
Well, to be fair, MVP walks to the cane just to look cool because he doesn't necessarily need it.
He did when he started.
But
It
like,
just became part of the look at that point.
it was just that's the only part of the match I didn't like. It made Drew McIntyre look like a dumb face because he got distracted by a meaningless person.
Dumb face syndrome.
Dumb face syndrome, DFS.
Also
Yeah.
dumb fuck.
I gave to me it was slow in spots, but that was because it was a slugfest. I didn't mind that at all. But I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 9.
I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, so we're right around the same.
I fucking loved how big of a slugfest it was. It was a great way to open the show. It's a great way to open up with fans. Everyone was behind this fucking match, no matter who you were.
It's definitely a better opener than night 2's. Let's go.
True.
Foreshadowing
yeah.
the second part of the review.
True.
Night 1
I was
is
trying to-
overall better than
I was
night
trying
2.
to
I'm
repress that
sorry.
already.
We haven't got there yet. I'm trying to refresh that down.
Yeah, so
You got to
either way,
remember
yeah,
until we talk
good start.
about it. Yeah, it's really good.
So we go to
And
the
the right
back.
guy won.
So
I mean,
we-
it really wouldn't matter, but the right guy won.
So the next little bit here, just bear with me here. We go to the back and we got Titus with Hogan and the NWO, and then so they're just talking shit or whatever.
They're
And
just literally having a conversation.
and then-
Ding dong.
And then ding dong, hello, Bailey walks up. And she's being this obnoxious character where she feels that she's the hostess with the mostest. She is the center of attention, and
She's
everyone.
the real host.
Yeah.
Also had a lot of sex appeal.
And she does.
She can get it.
She was going around to all the guys and saying, "Come on, too sweet. Come on, too sweet me. Come on. You know you want
No.
to." And Titus says, and Titus says, so and eventually Bailey just turns to Titus and was saying something, and Titus was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go get something to eat." Hogan's like, "I think I'll join you." And then X-Pac and Nash and Hall kind of just slither away off camera to the other side, and Bailey's just kind of like, "Okay."
I'm sorry. Scott Hall looks really fucking old now.
Yeah,
and Pat. I just gave it away. X-Pac looks like Pac's dad.
It might be a Pac's dad.
To be honest, the one who looked in the best shape is probably Kevin Nash.
Yeah. But believe it or not, Scott Hall's not doing too bad. He just had so much wear and tear in his body with the drugs and the booze and all that shit.
And X-Pac actually didn't look terrible either.
No, I just couldn't get the fact
beard.
I couldn't get the fact they looked like a cleaned up version of Pac.
Yeah.
But older.
Little.
And Hogan looks good for his age.
For a guy who's had so many surgeries, I'm surprised he can even stand. So,
Yeah, the leg drop of doom was definitely the leg drop of doom on his freaking like hips.
but
Yeah.
he made more than enough money during
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Scott Hall, I'm sorry, you just look super old, dude.
it. In comparison to
Hey,
the
yo.
other 4 people.
Still love you.
there.
And then we go to the
Yeah, this match.
The match of the night?
Yes.
All right, so we have
No,
sort of.
that's night 2.
so we have a tag
The
team.
match that gets you to the match of the night. Of night 2.
we have a tag team turmoil match. The teams are Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, Naomi and Lana, Billy Kay and Carmella, Natalia and Tamina, and the Riot Squad.
You only live once.
And there's only one real team here.
And yeah.
Yeah.
They get a showing.
They represent a little bit.
So we start things off with Naomi and Lana versus Billy Kay and Carmella.
Wait, I gotta bring it back. The New Day. Did any of these teams register?
Yeah.
Are we having
yeah.
an illegal tag
Do they
team
have like
turmoil match
the?
right now?
I mean, the
do they have
Riot
ID?
Squad are registered.
This makes me wonder about all those times that Teddy Long would do random ass tag team matches.
Well,
Out of
he's
nowhere.
the GM, so I'm sure he registered them.
It's like, nah, I wrote it down before I came out here. You're good.
Yeah, you're good. I got you. You're on the board.
Hey, if I was some of these teams, man, I'd register to break up.
Yeah.
I'd rather should retire for the team that wins this match.
File the legal paperwork to break your team up, man.
Yeah.
All right, so Naomi does some kicks to Carmella in the corner. Lana does a bulldog and double knees to Carmella.
Ugly.
Lana does a Russian leg sweep to Billy Kay.
Kidding.
Naomi does a disaster kick to Billy Kay.
Might be the best moves in the match.
It might have been a disaster.
Naomi and Lana do a double X Factor to Billy Kay.
That was okay. That was after Lana fucked up the move that she did before that and immediately went back to Ted.
Yeah.
And then there was a roll up. So Lana and Naomi are gone.
Billy Kay.
There was a roll up and Carmella, because I thought it was a really cool finish. To be honest with you, probably my favorite part of the match, or this part of this match, was Carmella put her legs on Billy Kay's back, and the referee couldn't see it.
Not the first time,
But
that comes to mind.
Carmella was under the ropes, so apparently later that's illegal. But either way, that's how Naomi and Lana got eliminated. I thought it was a pretty cool finish.
The part that I don't understand is, I mean, how is that technically going to help her?
I don't know, but we'll talk about it again here in about a minute when you go through the Riot Squads. Why?
It's called perceived leverage.
I mean, the only thing that it could potentially save is if your opponent was trying to like flip back over.
I mean, the extra because if you're pinning somebody like this and somebody's pushing you back, you're pushing you more
it's
forward.
leverage.
Yeah, it's pushing you down more.
Yeah, but she was more pushing on her ass.
It doesn't make any difference. It's
just more force pushing towards the way you want it to.
This is also a punch that knocks people over. So I mean, like this little itty bitty punch.
If I'm doing this, if I punch you and then he punches me and I go, it puts more force into me.
Oh jeez. Here's the big dog's out.
What? No, he mimicked the Superman punch. It didn't. No.
Oh jeez.
What
faster?
is that?
Faster?
No. Stop. Move on. Riot Squad.
Anyways, the Riot Squad comes out next.
I'm gonna shut that one down real quick. Too early in the podcast.
Liv Morgan does a drop kick to Billie Kay. Carmella does a Bronco Buster to Liv Morgan. I'll take that Bronco Buster. Thank
gotta
you.
get to when people aren't watching us anymore. Same.
True.
Riot Squad do a double knees and an elbow combo to Billie Kay. So then Billie Kay and Carmella get eliminated.
Well, okay. So
this is it.
I love this finish. The Riot Squad's finish. The double knees, hold it there, and do the senton. Dude, remember we were talking about Power and Glory?
Yep.
That's along the same. I'm sorry, it's not the same move, obviously.
It's along the same lines.
Yeah, but during this part, did we not say when it was Billie Kay, back when Billie Kay and Carmella were still in there, wasn't there a spot? No,
it's during the next.
Yeah,
okay. Or it's in it's Natalia, right? Yeah, baby, we were talking about that.
When they do their,
Yeah.
So Billie Kay and Carmella get eliminated. Then the next team, Albert's favorite team, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke come out, and Mandy Rose falls on her ass coming to the ring because the ramp is slippery.
Yeah. I like how she just got up and she's like,
she just got up, just put her arms up. I know what I did.
And they're wearing the exact same outfit, so it's hard to tell who's who.
And they look like a team.
It's great because she was watching night 2 and she saw Randy and check. She's like, thanks, Randy, but you should probably go.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking the stage. You're supposed to just keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Brooke did a blockbuster to Ruby Riott.
I'll take it.
I mean, Blockbuster's out of business. How good is that move?
Dana Brooke did a spinning neck breaker to Ruby Riott. Liv Morgan did a clothesline and an enziguri to Mandy Rose. The Riot Squad did the double knees and the Riot kick to Mandy Rose.
His narrating character?
Mandy Rose did an exploder suplex to Ruby Riott. Her. Oh my god. Mandy Rose, okay, this is the part right here. So Mandy Rose is a superplex to Liv Morgan, and Dana Brooke attempts a senton to Liv Morgan.
No, she hits it.
Barely.
She went over. She went over.
The back of her head might have tapped Morgan's stomach.
Dana Brooke shouldn't have done that move.
She should have did the splash, Power and Glory.
Yeah, she should have done the splash, Power and Glory. Awesome.
Well, a splash, you can see where you're going. You do that. Once you leave on the senton, you're like you're either going over, you're going short, you can't really force it to go.
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
So then that causes the roll up, which then brings out the team of the night. Natalia and Tamina.
They're coming for their family legacy.
Yeah.
That's what it was all about.
Natalia does a powerbomb to Liv Morgan.
Can't believe it.
The Riot Squad do a double knees and senton combo to Tamina. Tamina does a super kick to Liv Morgan. Natalia and Tamina do a heart attack to Ruby Riott. Tamina does a splash to Ruby Riott. 1, 2, 3.
She does the snooker splash.
Murderer.
That's a murderer.
That's a murderer. Thank you for paying homage to murderer. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and so we got to watch.
Peacock should censor that shit.
So
her dad's a murderer.
Now we got to watch the best match of the night on night 2. Tamina and Natalia versus Baszler and Nia Jax.
And wow, I wrote down wow just a second ago because I wrote it down here and I think I had to reiterate how wow that okay. However, there are things about that match that match on night 2 that are interesting, so we'll talk about that then. Yeah. But I was very surprised that they won. I thought it would be Riot Squad versus Baszler and Jax.
That the only legit team. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dana and Mandy dressed like a team.
Oh, yeah. They looked interchangeable. You could pass them out and do some twin magic.
Hey.
The only thing you can tell is Dana's got bigger tits.
Yeah, I know.
What's your face look like?
beautiful.
Okay. Good answer.
But despite how much fun this match was at times, this match was the whole thing was a sloppy.
Yeah, because what
It was
notes do you
fine.
have on that?
Not much. The only thing I will say is the one team who was a fluid team, that being the Riot Squad.
So yeah, it was good when they were in there.
Actually, there were times where it looked like Ruby Riot looked like it was like they're calling it in the ring instead of like having.
I was a little confused.
Look, there were spots where it looked like she was almost like not even like putting any effort into it at all.
But Liv looked really good.
Yeah, Liv looked fine. I like their finisher. I wish the Riot Squad would have won, but there are times within in this match where because all these teams don't belong together, except for maybe the two we were talking about. But like
They're trying to pay off that 10-year storyline with Tamina.
they could have taken this match.
Yeah.
They could have taken this match off of here and shipped it back to Raw or SmackDown, wherever these teams.
SmackDown, definitely.
And saved us the heartache of having to watch this. No offense to any of them because they're out there doing their thing.
It's not WrestleMania.
It's like this match was like I was saying earlier. It's like an extended episode of Raw or SmackDown. This felt like this was part of that observation.
Yep.
I like seeing my girls in there, but I gave it a 5. It was just there.
I gave it a 5 as well.
My God, I can't say it. Riot Squad was in this match, so 5.
Okay, so at least there's. I mean, it
Hey,
wasn't.
you guys got 15 points.
Out of
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like if 16 was a passing grade, we y'all sucked. But
I only got 4. I only got 4 points off. How many points were there? 4. Oh
crap.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it was like.
No filler. Right, to the next match.
All right. So the next match is going to be a fun one. It's Seth Rollins and Antonio Cesaro. So Cesaro starts off with a running uppercut to Rollins. Cesaro does a corkscrew springboard uppercut to Rollins, which looked really fucking cool. Cesaro did a top rope drop kick to Rollins. Rollins did a buckle bomb, a superplex, and a Falcon Arrow to Cesaro. No one kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Apparently, everyone does that.
Driver.
Cesaro did did some running uppercuts in the corner to Rollins. Cesaro then started swinging Rollins. Swing, 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 swing.
How many swings?
This one, I don't know.
23.
That was the last one. This is the first time he did the swings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then he did the fucking sharpshooter.
And the crowd can't count in time.
They
No
did on
rhythm.
the last
No
one.
rhythm.
On the second one they did.
Cesaro did a clothesline to Rollins. Rollins did a step up Giri to Cesaro. Rollins did a springboard knee and a sling blade to Cesaro.
Well, you can't really.
Rollins did a corkscrew splash to Cesaro.
I don't know.
Cesaro did the first neutralizer to Rollins.
The super
Yeah.
fast one, that's the first time I've
Yeah.
ever seen him do that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like not the super, like that was my only problem to move is how slow he did it.
Mostly it's for show, so we can do the next
Yeah.
thing, but
That was fantastic. I was like, oh shit. All right.
they did it more than once.
Rollins hits the pedigree to Cesaro.
It's nice to see that considering Triple H has been out of action for a long time.
So we're gonna forget about him.
So Rollins did a stomp to Cesaro, but then Cesaro also caught him with an uppercut.
And no
Beautiful.
cane bump.
And then
Right.
Cesaro did the UFO to Rollins,
Yes.
That was fucking awesome.
That was great.
where he just got him on his shoulders, pretty much torture rack style,
He's doing
and
an
just started
airplane
spinning
spin.
him.
Yeah. He's doing an airplane spin,
No
and then let's go.
hands.
It's awesome.
There's so much technique that has to go into that between both people to stay
Yeah.
balanced on that.
Exactly. There's a lot of things I can do with no hands.
Go ahead.
Moving on.
Cesaro does the swing to Rollins,
Not touching
does
that
the
one.
neutralizer to Rollins, and Antonio Cesaro takes home a win at this WrestleMania.
That's where the 23 swings was.
Yeah.
Was before the neutralizer.
And getting into that neutralizer, like you said, it was quick. And then bam, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, that
matches
was the
over.
fastest I ever seen him hit it. Because
Yeah.
normally he just goes,
Actually,
Set
both of the
it
ones in
up.
this match,
hit it real
Yeah.
slow, and this one he's just like, whoop, boom.
Yeah.
both
That-
of the neutralizers. were
Because
really
usually he makes the concerted effort to have his to put his arms in position, and he cracks his neck and all that stuff.
good. Remember, he has no personality and fans don't like him.
Oh yeah, of course he doesn't. Yeah.
He got a pretty good pop when he won.
The Seth Rollins' entrance got a little screwed up because of the rain.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I think,
I would have liked to see all the
all
torches.
all the torches on fire.
Yeah,
like
that'd be
that'd be
60,
cool.
60 to 70% of them were actually lit.
Yeah,
and running.
I wonder if he was laughing about that as he's walking down. He's like, yeah, whatever, because he's like smiling, this big grin, like, yeah, I'm like, I wonder if he's just laughing out loud. I would.
Hey, he also showed his political commercial right before this match.
Cesaro's never won at WrestleMania. You need
Oh yeah.
No, they said he's never won a singles match.
He's
at
never
Yeah.
had
WrestleMania.
a singles match.
This
at
disclaimer
WrestleMania.
is brought to you by Seth Rollins, and not necessarily by Seth Rollins or for Seth Rollins or whatever it was.
It was
paid for by the friends of Seth Rollins. It
And
has
not
nothing
Seth-
to do with Seth
and
Rollins.
not Seth Rollins himself.
It was
Even
his
though he's
voice.
the one saying it.
And then he's got the like his mocked version of Barack Obama's Hulk
Yeah.
poster on his
Yeah.
Hey, now, what are we supposed to be voting Rollins into, though?
being a god.
Being a wrestling god. Remember, they're supposed to him and JBL build to a match next year
So,
WrestleMania.
He's coming out of
will they send me a ballot, or like, will they send me via email?
No mail-in ballots.
No, it's a
Damn, you're right.
it's a spiritual ballot. You just do it in your head, and he just recognizes the fact that you got voted for.
Well, I'm gonna
So
say
he's gonna win no matter
I'm gonna say no on that one.
You can't.
Yeah, it's already
Yes
done.
is the only option.
You've been brainwashed. God, I can't talk today.
Yeah.
Brainwashed into thinking that you said yes.
Well, I'm gonna write someone else in then.
Say
Fuck
no, but
that.
you said yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write JBL in.
And it's gonna say Seth Rollins. It's gonna show up.
I think if this was not on WrestleMania, they could have got like 25 minutes and would
They
have been
got
outstanding.
They got like 15 out of this. I think.
I thought they could have gone longer.
I
And-
definitely
and-
could
They
have
could
enjoyed
have
more.
went longer. You're
And-
right.
and
But what
better-
they did was awesome.
I got bored of the swings because that was basically their story. Is that it was based off Rollins getting swung around for like an hour and a half or whatever.
An
there
hour
was
and a
al-
half straight.
There was also like a little bit on what SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Cesaro kept pulling out these swing puns in a promo. If you watch the Up Up Down Down channel and they play Uno, all you hear is dad jokes from Cesaro or silly stupid puns. And I heard about this about the swings puns, and it was like, yeah, hope we can swing it or whatever the fuck he was saying to Rollins. I was like, oh no, don't do this.
Let's go swing dance.
Yeah, or whatever,
Dude,
right?
This whole feud was based around the swings and just how fire Seth Rollins' wardrobe was.
Yeah, which I
It's
wish was on fire.
I mean, technically at the Hall of Fame, his
It
his
was
suit
literally
was on fire.
It became a thing every week. They had to wear another like extravagant suit like every single week.
That's gonna be his gimmick now until he gets voted in.
These guys, it's much like guys who can just go for an hour. These guys could have gone for an hour in their sleep. I wish I had more time, but I understand why, because it's 3 hours or 4 hours they had tonight, and but I think this match could have been better with the more time. The less swinging at shit we got, the better. Just do it once. You don't got to do it twice.
I don't think you needed the first one. The first
Yeah.
set of swings.
Do it once when you make your point at the end, which is what they did.
Well,
I
they
thought
did,
that's fine.
they did a lot of cool reversals though, and he kept trying for the swing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
But the idea, I think, is he had already got it done. So if you're gonna get it one big one.
Yeah, and then that's it. Have Rollins avoid it, and then finally Cesaro gets it on. And there's your story, because that's the story of the whole damn feud anyway. I almost want to get this match a 9, but I downgraded it to an 8. Because the what they did was great, especially the neutralizers and the reversals and the counters and the spots and all that. I still gave it an 8.
I gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9 because it's so great to see Rollins in a match I actually enjoyed for the first time in a long time.
Yeah,
And
it's the
seeing
side
Cesaro
bullshit.
be what I always known him to be, and he hasn't been able to do it in a long time like that. But they haven't pushed him to do it like that.
Plus, he got a fucking win in a very impressive match.
Cesaro went over clean. He got his Mania moment. Good for him.
No pyro though.
He can't have pyro yet. He has won one more. He has won one more. He has won 2 Mania matches to get pyro.
I'm just a big fan of Claudio, so we're good.
Yep.
We're good. Yep.
All right, so in the back, I think it's Sheriff Schreiber talking to the Dirty Dogs, who are Dolph
Bobby
Ziggler and Bobby
Roode.
Roode.
Robert
No longer
Roode.
glorious, by the way, which I'm severely disappointed
Yeah,
about.
he's never gonna have it again.
Well,
If
he
he,
might.
if he comes out by himself, he still comes out to that song.
I'm sure they'll bring it back if they want to.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't even care what I didn't write down what they said. I'm sure they're saying that like we're the best tag team. We got the belts, and no matter who wins
And then-
tonight,
yeah,
we're
and then
still.
they asked him about the Raw Tag Team title match.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
she
that's
goes,
right.
What do you think
Yeah.
about the New Day and AJ Styles and Omos?
Yeah, because it ties into the next match, which is in fact that tag match, which starts off with Big E doing the New Day intro live and in person on the stage, as opposed to doing it in the back, and then he brings out Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
True. Also, the theme song for night 1 is The Weeknd, Save Your Tears.
I didn't
Fun.
I don't even know what that song is.
Me neither.
It's just a song by the guy that had a terrible halftime show at the Super Bowl.
So,
Wow.
So we
that
have-
dude.
Yeah.
so we have the Raw
When I got lost.
So we have the Raw Tag Team Title match: New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos.
I had one comment because it's before the match. As AJ Styles and Omos are coming down to the ring, you just see they cut to Kofi and Xavier in the ring, just like
They're getting
you don't
down.
want.
Yeah, you don't want.
Singing this song.
Still a good song, even though the guy associated with it is probably an asshole to them. Still like, okay, it's a cool song. All right.
It was just funny to me. It's like, fuck it, we're not even gonna worry about it. Yeah.
The security take him out. We don't care.
All right, so Styles is a head scissors to Kofi.
The only movie hit all match.
Kofi does a backdrop to Styles.
That's true.
Does a drop kick to Styles. The New Day do a splash and elbow combo to Styles. New Day do the unicorn stampede stomps to Styles in the corner.
That. It's been so long since I've seen that.
Woods does the side headlock takedown to Styles. New Day does a bulldog to Styles. Woods does an outside drop kick to Styles. Kofi does a springboard splash to Styles.
I see a pattern here.
Then, eventually, almost gets in.
Thank God.
Almost got in. Is that what you're saying?
And Woods tried to drop kick almost, and it didn't work. So then, almost has Kofi and Xavier Woods in 2 separate corners, and he's doing running corner elbows to both of them.
Not bad.
Almost does a backbreaker to Woods. Almost does a standing backbreaker to Kofi.
Yeah, I think he just put his leg
He
out.
just like lifted his knee
Yeah,
and dropped him on it.
Styles does a phenomenal
Hey, he
forearm
had 2
to
moves.
Woods off of Almost.
A little bit higher in the air there.
Almost does a
Way high.
double-handed choke bomb to Kofi. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles and Almost win.
Pins him with his foot. AJ's like, put your foot on him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear that.
So AJ and Almost win. AJ is Grand Slam Styles.
In 2 companies now.
He's one of the best of all time. God damn. All right, I thought it was funny. I'm sorry. I thought it was a good move that AJ got quote unquote goaded to start as opposed to almost starting because it'll be.
Oh, it would have been over.
Yeah, if his match had been over, and the match would have been like 3 minutes. I heard from like Philip at work from Lowe's. He didn't like this match at all, and I got to ask him why because we weren't talking about details of the match before, so I'm gonna talk to him when I see him next.
You told him you were going to
But I will say this though, I didn't mind this at all. I thought it did exactly what it had to do.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind
It
it.
introduced Omos. AJ Styles got in there and he got all his
Just got
all his
his
stuff in.
ass
He got his
kicked.
ass kicked.
But he got but that made it. But that made him have to rely on Omos.
It also made Almost look more impressive because AJ got his shit kicked
Yeah.
by these 2 guys for like 6 minutes, and
Yeah,
then he just walked in and was like, I got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because
So-
AJ literally did 2 moves.
Yeah.
He did the drop or did the head scissors and then the fucking
Like,
phenomenal forearm.
They did this
off
to
of
AJ.
Almost.
They did this to AJ.
So like I think down the line we're gonna see AJ continue to get his ass whipped. He'll tag out to Omos. Omos will win the matches. AJ gets jealous. They break up. Omos breaks out on his own.
Almost retires AJ.
But Omos has to work on. He looks so stiff in the ring.
He needs to work on promos, you know.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, everybody has, right? But
I just love the little bits where you caught him like talking. It's like, what was that, you little bitch?
Yeah, he did swear
Yes.
a lot.
yeah. So like either also, the best part was when Omos gets tagged in and Woods has this look on his face like of utter terror. He was like,
Oh.
He shit himself.
That was actually the other best part because right before that moment,
"This is great."
Because Kofi had AJ and AJ like got Kofi out of the ring, and then Xavier was already on the top rope, and then I just see Almost like he sticks his hand out very slowly, like, and here comes the tag.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." Almost was supposed to go over the way he did. I'm hoping it works out. I don't see it happening for Omos. I don't see it right now.
He's the next great Khali.
I hope not, because I think he looks better than Khali, obviously, because no one can look worse. Because
he
at
can
least
cut a
Almost can
promo.
run. Almost can move. He
He
needs to
can
work
cut
on a moveset, obviously, but
Kozlov.
Oh. I was just gonna say,
Jesus.
just by being able to speak English,
Yeah.
he can cut a promo better than Khali.
But as far as that, but this is a step in the right direction. He has AJ Styles with him every day on every Raw they're on, and they're gonna be matches together. And Almost can. I mean, there's absolutely no way Almost can't not get better.
Okay, Almost is young too, so I want
Right.
to start seeing him do the 450 splash.
Just fucking dropping
Yeah.
450s. Like he does a
Toby
moonsault right
Suicidas.
now.
Yeah.
I want him to. I want him to start doing some. I want to do the phenomenal forearm. I
Yeah,
want
jump off of AJ's shoulders and do it for him.
Styles Clash.
I want
that
him-
would look. Oh no.
Dude, no. What I want to see him do is I want to see him do that fucking springboard DDT that Styles does.
Whoa.
Just holy shit.
How about the when Styles does that little freaking split kick in the air? He just kind of goes wee like a little ballet dancer or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, I want to see him do the Fosbury flop.
I'll say the one thing they did well here is that they've had Almost out there for months.
And
I was
didn't
like,
do a
we
damn
wanna see.
thing.
We want to see. We want to see. And they waited all
they
the way
held
to
it off.
Mania
They held it
to
off.
actually give a debut.
I think Omos should like add some more impact to his moves too, like when he did that backbreaker or the chokeslam or whatever. Follow through with it. Don't just drop him. Because like I was making reference to the Giant in WCW before his knees gave out or he gained weight, he would jump on that chokeslam. He would jump and follow through with it he literally could put anybody through the mat if he wanted to, or make it look like he could do it. So other than that, I thought it was.
I would also say before we jump off of that,
If
if it wasn't for somebody else's debut later on, this was not bad. It's not the best debut of the night though. Not for me at
No.
least.
depends which debut you're talking about. There's a couple debuts that are like a little questionable.
Well, hey.
There's definitely one that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The only thing is though is this match right here is essentially a repeat of WrestleMania 29 when Ziggler had Big E as his bodyguard
Oh, I don't know. Crap.
because Big E didn't do any wrestling until he teamed up with Ziggler against Team Hell No.
How long after WrestleMania did that happen?
That was WrestleMania 29.
Oh, okay. It was at WrestleMania. Okay. But
Yeah, the same essential story and everything.
Ziggler gets his ass whipped, tags out the Big E, and they win.
They didn't win, but yeah.
Everything's the same except for they didn't win. All right, ratings.
I gave it a 6.
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5. AJ Styles is in it, so 6.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, he got his ass kicked.
He's
but
an automatic.
Almost did
Yeah.
pretty good for what
Yeah,
he could do.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm always wondering like why anybody thought this match was bad, but it's all perspective, so it's okay. I thought it was fine. So
I'm not necessarily saying it should have been on Mania.
I think your friend just didn't.
another example.
I just think your friend didn't like the fact that Styles got his ass kicked for as long as he did.
I
Or
don't
the fact
know.
that the New Day lost. I don't know.
I'll find it. I'll find out. We go right to the next match, and it's a doozy.
Steel cage match: Braun Strowman, stupid,
In the wrong ways.
Stupid.
versus Shane McMahon. So first and foremost, Strowman's coming out to the ring, and Elias and Jackson Riker attack him with chairs.
Best part of the match,
Woo!
except for the end.
Shane gets a chair, starts hitting Strowman with it. Shane hits Braun with a steel panel that he grabbed from the top of the cage.
I will say this: creative weapons.
Braun throws Shane into the cage. Braun does a splash to Shane that's at the point where he's in between the cage and the ropes. Shane hits Braun into the cage. Shane does a float over DDT to Braun, which actually looked okay.
It's not the point.
I don't know why he
Let's see,
did.
whole Shane is doing this.
I don't know why he did this, but Shane did the coast to coast to Braun. Not when Braun was against the cage though.
Or with
Yeah,
any
he never
kind
would've
of
made it.
weapon at all. So basically, he just did a really long drop kick and killed himself for it.
Yeah, took a
So then
bump.
Shane McMahon's at the top of the cage, and Elias and Jackson Riker come up
This is
and
good
start
stuff.
climbing the cage and try to get him out. Strowman runs and knocks all three of them down. Then Shane is up at the top again, and he grabs a toolbox and hits Braun in the head with it.
And Braun sells like all the way down to the mat too.
My question is, logistically, why the fuck is there a bag or a bin with a toolbox in at the top of the cage?
If it's there and Shane McMahon is the son of the company's owner, he can get anybody to set that up for him. I have no problems with that. With the weapons being placed where they were.
So then Shane McMahon's climbing up. He climbs out. Strowman's like, fuck you. Climbs up the same side. And just Shane's like waving at him or whatever.
For some reason, like, oh, bye, I win.
So then Strowman takes Shane's hand and pulls it into the cage.
I like this spot.
Then he
Yeah.
rips the fucking side of the cage down and brings Shane right back into the cage with him.
Man,
Then Strowman just chucks Shane off the top of the cage
We get our-
into the ring.
our annual big bump Shane spot.
Then Braun does the
This is a
running
big
power slam and Strowman wins.
Yeah, you forgot that this is for everybody.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah. So, already we know why they're fighting because Shane thinks Braun is stupid, and Braun is fighting for all the people who felt they've been called stupid or they were called stupid, and they even brought us up in the match at the end. Was it Graves or Cole saying like anybody who felt they were stupid or being called
That's
stupid?
Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
let's just
the fuck out of here.
you're not gonna put Braun Strowman over on me for like this is for you.
Yeah. Braun Strowman is better off being an ass kicking either
I
great.
just want to see him do big man thing.
I was gonna say we're all wrestling fans. We've all been called stupid at some point by somebody who's not a wrestling fan for being a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, like when we watched All Out.
I think if you want, I think the biggest problem with it is that Braun Strowman was the wrong guy for this role. It should have been somebody who was not like 6'8", 350.
He was a wrestling fan. That's a weird thing.
You know, like
Or he is.
like say Eugene was around, right? He'd be the guy to win this kind of match.
Yeah,
you know?
that makes sense.
But there's no way
Eugene actually is what came in my head too. Actually.
Yeah, Braun Strowman should never ever feel that he can be bullied or meant to be feel stupid, because if you call him stupid, what's he going to do? He's going to take his whole big hand, put it in your face, and crush it. You know.
Like a grape.
I have a hard time having sympathy for Braun Strowman in any form.
You could call Barry Horowitz stupid and he could have won.
Hey, he won a couple matches here and there, but hey, look, anybody but Braun Strowman in this role, because there's no way he would ever feel vulnerable or be or let himself be bullied by somebody else, especially like someone like Shane McMahon.
The Great Khali.
Oh, that'd be a bad match.
Dude, that'd be the best match.
Shane versus Khali, maybe.
Cage.
Yeah, so the beginning was good. When Elias and who was it, Stryker? Riker jumped Braun Strowman, cool, because they busted his leg up, and that gave Shane the advantage. Then it went way too long. Braun let Shane McMahon get too much in. And so the only thing I was thinking was like, I need to see a good ending here because this match is going way too long. I thought it would either be a squash or you better have a good ending to the 12 minutes or so. And Shane got way too much in on a guy who could whip his ass in any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Agreed.
But the spot where Riker and Elias were climbing the cage and Braun hit the cage and knocked him off, and then the end stuff was really good too. I was unimpressed with the bump, and the announcer sold that bump like Shane jumped off the Hell in a Cell. So I gave the match a 4. There's only good things I like. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the guy, the Braun being in it. He has had the worst luck at WrestleManias. Jesus.
He replaced Roman for the Goldberg match last year, and that was not
Yeah,
great.
yeah, but that's all. That
Wasn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it a 4.
No, I agree. 4.
I gave it a little better. I gave it a 6 just because of the creative spots that I've never seen before, like the ripping the side of the panel off.
Yeah, that's the only reason I give it a 4. That's the only part of the match where I was just like, okay.
I felt that they should have just gone right to the beginning with the friggin' chair shot to the leg, and then Braun gets in, and you see all the 3 spots that we liked, and that was it. That should have been it.
Like, not all the Shane beats the shit out of a guy.
Shane should not have got
the shit out of
Shane should have got a little bit at the beginning until Braun recovers, his knee gets better, right? And then that's it, match over.
Yeah, I would have liked it better that way.
All right.
Hey, you gave it a 6? Guess
Yeah.
what you are?
I'm a 6.
Stupid.
Well, let's watch that match again, because that's for me. When you call me stupid.
All right, so now we have Bailey coming out to the announcer's table, and she's picking on Cole, said she can do Cole's job better than him.
Oh, yes, she
Calls
could.
him an idiot. But it doesn't lead to anything, except the fact that Bailey cues us to the 2020 Hall of Fame inductees.
I got big Jericho vibes when she said idiot, though.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid idiot.
So since there was no Hall of Fame induction the previous year because of COVID, they're doing the 2020 Hall of Fame inductees and the 2021 Hall of Fame inductees on each night. So on night 1, we did 2020 Hall of Fame inductees, who are the NWO, which includes Hogan, Hall, Nash, and X-Pac. And it should have included about like 20,000 other people, but they obviously couldn't make it. Jushin Thunder Liger, who I am proud to say that was one of my first match reviews on RW Podcast,
Plus, he's just fucking awesome.
and he's great.
Yeah, where's that
First
one
match
at?
of first match of Monday first match on Monday Nitro with Brian Pillman. William Shatner for some reason.
Because the 80s.
We got JBL, which is the
It's
wrestling
the
god,
80s.
and that's going to set up a storyline with him and Seth Rollins at some point.
He's gonna die on that sword, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hey, you never know. Bella twins get inducted. Hi, Nikki.
You can look,
I
but you
agree.
can't touch.
You're right. I can't.
You can touch, but you can't look.
I'll
you
just take my
can-
glasses off. No problem.
You can poop, but you can't flush.
You can
Ooh.
flush, but you can't poop.
Well, you ruined it. Move on. You ruined the joke. It's no longer sexy. There's no sexiness in here anymore.
We get the British Bulldog. He's inducted posthumously.
Hey, we had Harry Smith on TV again.
And why did Titus O'Neil get the Warrior Award again?
Because
he's
he's
a
a really, really,
humanitarian?
really great humanitarian person.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes to donate and help out people and all this stuff. So he's a really good dude.
Okay, so the next match is the Bad Bunny Damian Priest match, and before you get to the play-by-play,
Talk about the entrance.
we have a bunch of bunnies, about like 15 of them, coming down to the ring, and the first thing that Dylan said was that this is probably the Miz and Morrison, the Miz and Jim
Jim Morrison three times.
John Morrison.
I said that.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
That this would be the John Morrison and the Miz's entrance,
I
and
knew
they
it
do
wasn't
their.
gonna wasn't going to be fucking Bad Bunny. That would be dumb.
And they do their hey hey hop hop
Which is stupid.
caricature mocking video of Bad Bunny's kind of rap style.
They were also trying to rap the lyrics, but it sounded like they were having audio
Yeah, but when
issues
they
because you
did
couldn't
the-
even hear them
But
really.
they did the video package after. They have the same issues when they show it in the video package.
You'll like hear them say like a couple of words every couple of seconds.
I think they're just mocking Bad Bunny's rap style.
I realized there was 3 live performances counting this one at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. So,
Probably most all the time.
if you really count this one.
Oh god, they're coming for Bad Bunny.
Is that a dog?
Huh? Maybe that's someone having an O.
I really hope not.
All right.
Moving on.
Okay, so then we get Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. Damian Priest comes out by himself, and then Bad Bunny comes to the ring on the cab of on the trailer of an 18-wheeler.
And he's also for some reason got a random bar so he doesn't move or so he doesn't fall off.
Yeah, it's kind of like they knew he was going to do that. Weird. Anyway, so then they come down to the ring, and then we.
Damn it, I had a funny joke and now I can't remember because I was hearing that dog or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, it wasn't what you said.
Well, I hope that comes up in there, or else we're going to sound really stupid.
It will.
Well, I'm not taking it out.
All right, so we've got John Morrison.
I'm not gonna give you shit for
I
it.
said that
Oh,
just to
shut the.
John Morrison and Miz versus Bad Bunny
Miz
and
Morrison
Damian
and
Priest.
Jizz.
What?
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 Miz Morrison and Jizz.
Von
What kind
Morrison and Jizz?
of videos are you watching?
Actually, no, I remember what I was gonna say now. For some reason, some of the bunnies during the whole
Oh yeah,
hit,
the ears.
they had only one ear.
Yeah, they fell off.
I don't know what the hell happened there.
Effective.
It's Ms.
Send
Morrison.
them back.
Ms. Morrison and the Jizzle Bunnies.
There you go.
Scorpio Sky.
No.
Well, play by play.
All right, so Bad Bunny.
Do your job.
Bad Bunny punched the Miz. Bad Bunny does some corner punches to Miz. Bad Bunny does a takedown and some punches to Miz. Bad Bunny did an arm drag to Miz. Wow.
Wow.
Bad Bunny did a tilt-the-world
Whoa.
head scissors to Miz.
Won't be the last time I say wow about something Bad Bunny did.
Bad Bunny does some corner elbows to John Morrison. Morrison and Miz kick Bunny.
Animal abuse.
Miz does a modified camel clutch to the Bad Bunny. Miz is a big
Going
boot
for
to
the Bad
Bugs
Bunny.
Bunny.
Oh God, he's doing your bit.
Miz does a DDT to the Good Bunny.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
You haven't used Easter Bunny yet.
The average bunny? Is that come on next?
Morrison bounces the Easter Bunny off the announcer's table.
Very good, very good. Do it, do it, do it. Bugs
Miz,
Bunny.
Miz
You already
hits
did that one.
Oh.
Miz hits Priest. So the Chocolate Bunny does a tornado DDT to Miz. Priest does a roundhouse kick to Miz. Priest does a spinning clothesline to Morrison. Priest does a suplex to Miz, or actually on top of Morrison.
Yeah.
Priest does the Sound of Heaven choke slam to Miz.
You don't have one, do you? You don't have one, do you? Oh God, the silence.
God damn it. Priest and the Cadbury Bunny do
There.
Nice.
double Falcon Arrow to Miz and Morrison.
Gotta come up with another one for another spot.
Playboy
Priest-
bunny, Playboy bunny. Come on.
Yeah, well, how do you? Yeah.
Priest does a running senton to Morrison and Miz.
Does the Playboy Bunny get the Canadian Destroyer?
That's how it's
Come on.
Shoot,
He's
another
sick.
bunny.
I don't know.
God damn it.
Just call him Average Bunny. Just do the
I say bunny hop.
yeah. Do
There you
Super
go.
Bunny. Average Bunny.
The bunny hop does a top
There you
rope
go.
crossbody to Miz
Dude,
and
love Average
Morrison.
Bunny.
The Miz does a skull crushing finale to Priest. The Playboy Bunny does the Canadian Destroyer
Yes!
to Morrison outside.
I
Yes.
can't fucking believe that spot.
Damn right, Hef.
Let's see.
That's even more impressive.
Yeah.
The
You ran out. Now you're done. You peaked. You climaxed early.
Yeah. just yeah.
The climaxing bunny.
Yeah. We picked the high spot.
actually the Jizz Bunny does a crossbody to Miz off
Full
of
circle.
Priest. I mean, to be fair, there's porn with bunnies in it, so
What?
there's porn with bunnies in it.
Just move on.
Okay.
You ever seen those videos where the dudes are dressed up in bunny suits?
Move on.
Oh,
Play by play.
you think they're dudes? They're real bunnies, dude.
You're turning in. That's even worse.
Did a crossbody to Miz off of Damian Priest. Bad Bunny.
I was about to start calling you Joe Buck. You're a terrible play by play.
Bad Bunny and Damian Priest take home the win.
Bunnies and porn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Canadian Destroyer was badass. I know
That Playboy Bunny did a great.
Yeah, I know.
Canadian
I don't know how the
Destroyer.
Playboy Bunny did it. I mean, which it could be anyone you want from whatever year you want.
Fucking
That
John
Playboy Bunny brought
Morrison's the king in that.
it. Yeah. God damn.
This is a new.
This was better than I thought it was going to be.
It's-
Remember we were talking about it and we didn't know why it was made into a tag match, but because me and Chris were talking about that Bad Bunny wasn't ready, and then you mentioned that that Priest and Morrison were hurt.
This was always the build because in the Hey Hey Hop Hop video they literally talk about having a tag team match in that video that came out a month and a half ago, or whenever the hell they debuted that.
Okay,
couple of
so
weeks
we
ago.
not too long ago we watched we reviewed something that had a debut wrestler that was a celebrity, not Snooki. I'm talking about further behind that, or further back than that. I can't remember who it was though, but they applied themselves in the match excellently. This is right up at the top. I mean, he did a really good job because he cared. He wanted to go out, and he wanted to show that he could do what these guys do. He wasn't going to go out and be like the match of the night, but he was definitely going to show up and say, "Look, you want me to wrestle a match? I'm going to
give
train
you
for it."
Wrestling match.
You
And
must
I'm gonna-
you must be talking Stephen Amell.
Maybe,
Yeah, that was the Ring of Honor one.
maybe. I don't know if it was that one or not.
Because Stephen Amell is the only other celebrity I can think
was-
of at the
They
moment.
did like a full on took bumps and did.
It was somebody who
moves.
was more who you think wouldn't be able to show up in a wrestling ring. I can't think of it.
All I know is
Snooki.
this was the one I was talking about. This is my favorite debut of the night because I can't believe most of what I saw there.
Yeah. The Miz and John Morrison
Nice.
did a really good job of making Bad Bunny look good, but at the same time, they were able to get heat on Bad Bunny and or get heat on themselves by beating up Bad Bunny because Priest is over in the corner, he's not getting in the match. So I think the match was booked pretty good, that they were able to get that heat. And Miz is a heat magnet anyway, but he furthered it by beating up a guy whose ass he can kick like every which way to Sunday. But eventually, the Bad Bunny would get Priest in, and then all hell breaks loose. That Canadian Destroyer was great.
I swear Vince probably's like, those motherfuckers. We
Yeah.
don't do that here.
Sons of bitches.
It seems like a lot of those kind of barriers are starting to break down. We were looking at that podcast.
Oh yeah, the Jericho and the broken.
The Morrison did a spin-a-rooney when Booker T was at the play-by-play.
That was
So that was
hilarious.
funny. The right guys went over. Miz and Morrison were the MVPs of this match because they're the ones who made those other guys look good.
Hey, hey, hop, hop.
I'd
I
say
get-
every time before we do the
Yeah.
rating, every time Bad Bunny hit Miz or something, whether it was that tornado DDT or just any
The
move, like
look.
that, he's always just like the.
Yeah, he got knocked outside, and this look that Miz has had this he just did that and over and over again.
Anytime he sold a move from him, he's like,
Yeah.
"What is going on?"
Yeah, I gave it an 8. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was good.
7.5.
And I'm a big Miz mark now anyway. I don't know why. I just love Miz.
Yeah, I was bouncing between that 7.5 and 8. I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
But no, that was That's definitely one of my favorite celebrity appearances in a Mania match.
But I can't
I'll tell
remember
you
what the
that.
other one was. It was like I don't know if it was a male or female. Now that I think
Stephen Amell is the one that I'm getting to because the other ones that we had were
We had Snooki.
then we had Colin Jost and Michael Che,
Oh,
and they
God.
didn't do shit.
I haven't even put
there
that
was
one up
somebody
yet.
else.
That I mean, we had Danny Bonaducci for a cage match, but you didn't get to see that match.
Maybe, of course, I'll think about it on the way home. Right.
That's all I can see.
But yeah, no, this was
Celebrities.
definitely at least at Mania.
All right. Well, never mind then.
At least at Mania, this was the my favorite.
I think that to me, this is the epitome of a Mania match. Like
It's the spectacle part.
sports entertainment, whereas sports, and then there's more entertainment than sports. It's
We
like-
didn't review it, but
D'Angelo Williams.
Yes.
That's who you're talking about.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That was for Impact.
But as far as Mania matches go, the only one we haven't reviewed it yet, but the only other one that I can think of that I actually enjoyed like this was when Mayweather showed up. Floyd Mayweather showed up for the Big Show.
Big Show? I thought it was good, too.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch the Maria Menounos ones. I can't remember if that's good or not.
I don't remember it being bad, but I don't remember it being good.
But Stephen Amell, I can remember him being good when he teamed up with Neville on SummerSlam.
All right, now we got the main event of night one.
Oh, yes.
SmackDown Women's Title
And
match.
before this match, even before the play-by-play, I want to acknowledge the fact that the crowd stood up and gave these two a standing ovation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of them were trying to cry at the beginning of the match.
Trying
not to cry.
Bianca couldn't hold it back. You
And
can see it
then
on her
even
face.
Sasha's just
And
like...
Sasha's trying to act like a heel.
Well,
but
she's
she
trying
can't.
to be her badass, but she's like, I can't.
Yeah.
Emotions. This
I
is
can't
amazing.
cry, I'm a
this is
heel.
awesome.
Well, this is the very first time that two African American women have main evented at WrestleMania.
Let's follow if it's also the first time a singles women's match has main evented. their
Exactly,
WrestleMania.
because there's only
Yeah.
been one other WrestleMania match that ended with women.
So kudos to the crowd. I'm a mark for good crowds, and this crowd definitely takes the cake. Not to mention it's the first crowd we've had in a year and a month and a day. So
And I'd also say before we go into play-by-play, just hands down, they hit it. They did it. This worked. Everything
Oh, it
about
definitely
this
did.
worked.
all right.
So SmackDown Women's Title match: Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. So at the very beginning of the match, there's a lot of reversals, just like kind of, oh, I'm gonna try a suplex, I'm gonna reverse you, I'm gonna try to grab your hair, I'm gonna reverse you. But Banks has a baseball slide to Belair. Banks runs Belair into the turnbuckle. Banks does a tope to Belair, and then Belair actually catches Banks doing the tope, and does a press slam to
Yes.
Banks into the ring.
Held her all the way up the stairs.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Banks does a drop kick to Belair. Belair does a slam to Banks. Banks is then using Belair's hair to help her kick Belair.
Oh yeah. That's I'm gonna talk about that later.
Belair does a suplex to Banks. Belair then uses her hair to throw Banks into the turnbuckle and the barricade. Belair does a delayed vertical suplex to Banks. Banks attempts to run at Belair, and her double knees hit the barricade.
Oh shit.
Belair does a shoulder tackle and a standing shooting star press to Banks.
Always impressive, no matter who's doing it, to do the standing shooting star.
It's not easy.
Belair attempts to do the 450, but Banks gets her knees up. Belair does a power bomb to Banks, not once but twice. Banks then does a modified X Factor to Belair when she's attempting the third power bomb. Banks does a tornado DDT to Belair off the turnbuckle, and then actually springs off the ropes. Banks does a frog splash to Belair. Banks does the bank statement to Belair with the assistance of her hair.
Nice, yeah.
Banks then does the knees off, or hits her knees on the turnbuckle. Belair does a 450 splash off the top rope to Banks. Then they're fighting over her hair, and Belair literally whips her with her fucking hair.
The crack, I swear, the crack and the visual afterwards.
Yeah.
Great.
Belair does the KOD to Banks. 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair is our new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I don't know any part of this match that was dull. I don't know any part of this match that was slow, or there was, and there's no part of this match where whatever they were doing didn't absolutely work and everything meant something. Sasha Banks was playing the conniving, take advantage of any chance she could get, heel to keep her belt, using the hair, being brawly, just trying to keep it whatever advantage she could. While Bianca Belair's strength was her strength, the gorilla press, that standing suplex that she held Mike Banks up for forever, and her agility, the shooting star press, the 450 splash, all that stuff. All that was booked to perfection. I didn't see any part of this match that I can think of, and hearing the play-by-play again. This was 3 hours ago that we 5 hours ago we watched this.
Something like that, yeah.
These two didn't fuck around.
No, not at all.
It was outstanding. The right woman went over. There was no tomfoolery, no malarkey, no nonsense, no run-ins, no bullshit. I gave this match a 10 out of 10.
I was wondering about that because I was thinking the same thing.
I'm going 9.5.
Ah, couldn't get you up to 10.
I fucking love it.
I don't know. I felt it that they. I don't know if it was just the crowd being into it, everything they wanted to do and everything they tried.
Yeah.
They nailed. Nothing was missed. They didn't have a. They had one small thing like that was the third powerbomb bit where they were going for the third one. That's the only time I saw anything that's kind of off. But yeah, I was going 10.
10.
All right.
Good job, ladies.
I'm the one who had to fuck up the triple
Yeah,
tens.
motherfucker.
Oh, well.
It's a 10 in your heart.
In my heart, it's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, there was a couple 10s.
Now we're on to night 2.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, at the end, you got the celebration with Bianca's family and then Montez Ford, her husband.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they celebrate outside of the ring. Great. It's kind of reminds me when Kofi had his kids in the ring at WrestleMania, the two WrestleManias ago. He has kids in there with New Day. And so who was at ringside? It was his her family, and I didn't see Montez Ford out there.
He was shown in the video package for day 2 at the beginning.
Yeah,
He's
but
celebrating with her in the ring.
It wasn't shown. Yeah, because they didn't show the in the ring part when we were watching it.
Which is really stupid. You'd think they would.
And Bianca Belair looks like a babyface, but she came up as a heel. She just has that ability to show at the beginning of the match. Either she's a great actress or she was crying, literally, like right in front of the
I think
fans.
she was crying.
Well, I can go back to you talking about actresses and her emotions. When she won the Royal Rumble, just mess. Like she was exuberantly happy, mess, crying like all.
Also tired.
Tired.
She just
She was
fucking
in there
loves
for
it.
a long time,
Loves it. You can see how much it means.
She loves the fucking business.
I would say, even in a kayfabe sense, to be like, this has happened. Everybody loves it, and we nailed what we were trying to do, or this is about to happen, and it's amazing that we're even here.
Cornette, if you don't like this, then fuck you.
He wasn't even gonna watch it.
Then
he
fuck you
said
twice.
on his podcast he wasn't gonna watch it.
Fuck you twice, Cornette.
Yep.
But Brian was gonna make him choose between the tag team turmoil match and this match, so he's gonna watch this match. He's gonna skip that.
Oh, fuck yeah, then. If you had to choose, even without knowing the results, I would have fucking chose this.
Oh, this was fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing match. Fucking, you ladies killed it. I would love to see an Evolution 2.
Hell yeah.
Evolution pay-per-view part 2. I'd love to see that.
There's the 4 horsewomen. You got Ripley. You got Asuka. You got Belair. Hell, even the lower on the card, like even Carmella can hold her own in the ring well enough.
Well, you got like Carmella.
You got Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax,
The Riot Squad itself.
Riot Squad. There you go.
You got Dana Brooke.
Hell, she can job with somebody. I don't care. She can be on that card.
You got Natalya.
Right.
You can do NXT women like fucking
Io
Toni
Shirai.
Storm, Io Shirai.
Right. Roxy Shotzi
Blackheart.
and Candice LeRae.
Ember Moon.
Stephanie McMahon can come out.
I would say the new champ,
Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Kaylee Ray.
Name it. They're there.
Piper Niven, aka Viper. You could do her. You could have all this shit. All these women. You have enough talent where you can do it. You don't need Ronda Rousey to do another one. I'm sorry.
This already proved that you didn't need Ronda Rousey to do it the first time.
Exactly. Fucking phenomenal, ladies. That
was fantastic. We can move on to
Night 2.
Yeah, this up and down topsy-turvy part of a second card.
Yeah, so bear with us. It's going to be a little harsh going forward for the time being. Okay, it opens up right away. Groan. Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan come out dressed up as fucking pirates.
It's almost rinse and repeat, but taken to a new level.
I don't like pirate gimmicks. I hate them. I don't know why.
You didn't like Virgil?
John Pierre Lafitte?
Nope. I think
Even though it's PCO,
Hey, he
PCO's
can light
not a pirate.
He can light PCO.
PCO's not a pirate. He's a freaking undead monster.
he was a
And
pirate.
PCO's great.
He was a pirate though,
If Randy Orton all of a sudden came out tomorrow night after
with a peg leg.
out of everything we're talking about here, if Randy Orton just came out like a fucking pirate, you'd be like, wow, I don't like you anymore.
I don't like pirate gimmicks. I don't. I hate
He's
Well,
like,
okay.
I'm gonna RKO you.
Yeah, and
Well, what would you do if he came out with a fucking peg leg and a fucking parrot on his
I'm
shoulder?
like, I'm never watching WWE again.
I hear voices in my head. I walk with my peg leg.
I hear voices in my head. They told me to become Johnny Depp.
Okay, so then we move to the first segment.
That's why I said Randy Orton, because
Okay, so Bliss comes out and she walks, and now we don't see this yet.
She's
because-
looking adorable, by the way.
Yeah, well, she's
with
adorable
the
by
creepy
nature.
eyes.
Oh, hi Alexa. Sorry.
Hi,
sorry,
Hi, Alexa.
sorry. So the camera's focused on the stage, so we don't see the ring for about maybe like 5 minutes.
So Orton's in the ring already because he just had his entrance.
And
now.
he's
Oh, right,
wearing,
right.
And he's
Orton's in
wearing
the ring, I'm
white.
sorry.
He's wearing white. That's the only thing that's weird about it.
And so then the camera focuses on Alexa Bliss coming out, and as she's walking down the ring, we look and see there's a big old box. And
It's a box-like figure.
yes. So
And it has
box-like
a-
figure,
And
but
it
like
has
the-
a crank-like
Okay.
figure on it, too.
let's say, so Alexa Bliss finally gets down there. It's an overgrown big Jack in the Box. Yeah, there's a little handle on the
It's
side. where
like a Jack in the
Yeah.
Box. That's copyrighted.
Byron Saxton says, "What the hell is that? Or where'd that come from?" Like, what the? What?
There's a box-like figure in there.
It's huge. It's right there. What do you mean? Where did it come from?
It came from
the
under
back.
the ring. It came from under the ring, damn it.
Oh, I was like, Saxton, shut up.
I would give him credit though, because think about when Randy Orton got down there. If they did this in one shot, because this is the live show, because they have fans there. So
Yeah,
you
because
can't
they
really-
have to.
If Randy Orton walked down there, got in the ring, and they snuck this giant Jack in the Box in there by the time Alexa Bliss got
Yeah,
down
there's
there,
all. Well, I mean, the cameras like were as weird as they were. Obviously, they can't show Orton going down in the
Oh,
ring, so we
I-
never saw the hands in the air. Because if they did that, they would show the box,
My big
the box-like figure. Excuse me.
Here we go. I'm going to just flip back to the beginning because we haven't commented on it yet. The fucking camera cuts. We didn't talk about it yet.
No, we didn't.
They fucking suck.
I want to talk about it now because I don't want to forget the
Yeah,
bitch
because
about
like
it.
you
Kevin Dunn. Fuck you.
Yeah, the very first match, McIntyre and Lashley, they were doing like a boo yay spot or whatever, and the camera would just cut to different cameras for every punch. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm glad there's no bright lights because I would have a seizure.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Does Kevin Dunn have, like, a disorder where he's just fucking ADHD? He's like, camera 10, camera 2, camera 1, camera 3, camera
basically,
7, camera 6, camera 2.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna make the cuts make it seem like you can feel the impact because when he hits, we're cut. When he hits, we're cut.
I can't feel the impact via panning to a camera from one camera to the other. Stop it.
Well, I'm going to go from 10 to 2 to 6 to 7 to 5 and 3 and 6 punches.
There's only
Damn.
two matches that I felt that it really was a thing, and that was the WWE Championship match and the main event of this show. Were the two
Yeah.
times where I really noticed how bad it was.
True.
But now we can move back.
And
to like
we
said
also
before.
forgot to talk about the best part during Orton's entrance. Orton's like looking down on the
Oh,
ground,
yeah.
make sure he's not going to slip.
He's
Yeah.
like, hey, is it still wet?
Do
I
you mind if I just do this match? It's not really a match. It's a segment. Do you mind if I do it?
If you want to do it, you go right
you
ahead.
do it, and he'll add.
I'm not going to nail all the moves, but like there's not many to speak of. So Alexa Bliss comes out. She spins the handle on the Jack in
She
the box.
grabs the jack.
She grabs the Jack
Jacks
that's
it
attached to the
off.
box,
She jacks it off.
and she jacks off the box. And
I mean,
we mentioned like if Bray Wyatt's in there and he's doing his Jack in the box, he better hurry the fuck up because he's coming up.
He's jacking off in the box and he's coming up in his pants.
Yeah. So eventually by the way, there's the red light has flooded the ring. By the way. So the top opens and the Fiend comes up and he has his unburnt gear. He's reverted back to his
I
normal
was like,
gear.
oh, okay.
He's no longer burnt.
I wish he would have had his burnt gear, to be honest.
They had me up until here, and it's fine.
Yeah. So the Fiend is showing stuff to the crowd. The crowd's like, "Oh crap, it's the Fiend," and the announcers are getting it over. And then the Fiend jumps off the box and clotheslines Orton. There's a few moves here that Orton does on the Fiend. Like he does the draping DDT a few times. He drops him on the back first on the announce table, and the Fiend no sells all of it. They get back into the ring. And again, Wyatt is not selling. He's not selling anything. He eventually he's about ready to get Orton into the Sister Abigail, and then
Pyro.
Pyro goes off, and we see Alexa Bliss come out of the Jack in the Box, and it just looks like
She just got done having sex with Squidward.
she has on this.
Squidward came all
She has
over
on
her.
this gothic look, and her head has black ink or goo just coming down in streams off of her forehead, and her eyes are all shaded black, like she's just probably look. So we surmise that she's Sister Abigail now.
I think that's the only thing I can think of.
Squidward kept finishing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the best joke about it.
And
And then this was all fine, and then the real moment happened.
So then Wyatt. I'm sorry. Fiend drops Orton and is like, because Alexa is beckoning to him. Wyatt's looking at her, and then Fiend turns around and gets on the RKO. And then 1, 2, 3, match is over, and
Okay.
and then now they're staring at each other. The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, aka probably
Abigail.
Sister Abigail. And then the lights go down, like the normal Fiend lights. They go clang, clang, clang.
Okay,
Lights go
okay,
dark.
Okay.
Wait for it. Lights come back on, and everybody's gone.
Okay, fuck this shit. I'm gonna say
And
it
that's
right
it.
there. Fuck this shit.
That's it.
That was fucking bullshit.
This is the observation I want to make on this is that this was like a segment that could have happened on Raw, and it's a WrestleMania moment because at least when the Alexa Bliss thing came up, the crowd they got a holy shit chant out of it. So at least there's that.
Yeah, like no, that's fine, but then it's just like, and there's nothing else to pay
Right.
off here.
So do we have an end to the Orton and Fiend rivalry? I
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
Do we have now a new rivalry between Sister Abigail, who now holds the power over the Fiend?
We don't know.
Like that's
That's the best part about it, but I wish there was a match.
Actually, that's the story about why the Fiend no longer sold and only took one RKO. Was because this is Abigail. She controls the power. He lost his power when she showed up, and boom.
Yeah.
That's the running theory I was getting from Twitter when I was reading it.
Yeah. So sorry to take your.
No, you're all good because I
I
actually
just-
have notes he didn't even take.
I just don't like that it was a Mania segment thing.
I don't think it should have been on Mania. I think it should have been saved for like a main event of a 3-hour Raw.
Randy Orton's got to get his wins up, man. With Mania wins.
I completely agree, but
But hey, it was there, and the interesting thing is how is going forward. I will give it a 5. As ridiculous as all this stuff was, it was a non-match, sort of. But I'm intrigued going forward. I'm gonna give it at least a 5.
I'm going to jump in before you add your parts. As a match, it's getting a 2. As a segment and interest in going forward, I'll give it a 7.
So,
But since it's the opening to the second night of WrestleMania,
bad spot.
that's why it's a 2.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. It was, but
Especially if the way night 1 started.
yeah. I agree with you on that one, 100%.
all right. So Wyatt does a clothesline
Who?
off of the Jack in the Box.
Why?
The Fiend. He does a clothesline off the Jack in the Box to Orton. Wyatt does a Uranagi to Orton. Then Orton does the backdrop to the Fiend on the announcer's table. Then the Fiend does the mandible claw to Orton.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Orton does
It didn't matter.
the first and
No,
the
no, no.
second draping DDT to the Fiend. The Fiend does a clothesline and a running crossbody to Orton. Orton does the third draping DDT to the Fiend. Fiend does the mandible claw again to Orton. Then this is where he attempted Sister Abigail, sees Alexa Bliss, drops Orton,
Drops her.
and RKO 1, 2, 3. Randy wins. I gave it a 6 just because I'm curious on where the fuck it's gonna go.
That's
Yeah.
why I did 2 different ratings. I did a rating as the segment and as
Yeah.
the match. 'Cause
I just did it as combined, so
As a-
Yeah, I didn't mind going
6.
between 7 and 2 because I agree with you 100%, Dylan. Like segment, it was great. It's a 7, 6, whatever. But as far as the match was concerned, it was like okay, they just did their normal.
Here's
routine.
do something for
Like,
3
right in the middle.
minutes.
I went right in the
Yeah,
middle.
6 is where I went just because I combined the scores. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, see what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yep.
And it sucks 'cause I love Randy Orton. So.
And
And it's the second time I've had to watch Randy Orton have a shitty match with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
I think it was if we were there, we would have shit on it.
I would have liked it until
In the audience, you know what I'm saying? If we were there, we
I
probably
think
would have shit on
we would have liked it until Orton hit the one RKO and pinned him.
even then.
it. That's
even
what
then, I
meant.
didn't hate it. When the lights
and
went
it's
on, they
over.
came back on, and nothing else happened. I was like, okay, now I hate this.
Right. But I think watching it on TV would we would have shit on it more if we were actually there.
It's like, what did I just pay for?
You know. Right.
Especially if you're in the front row.
Right.
Smiley face guy, dude, spending all.
Although I would, who brought up the question like, how did Bliss get in the box?
I asked it.
Because there was a door as she's walking down. There was a door right there, but obviously the camera's not going to let us viewers see it happening live. But I'm sure people live could see like,
I guess I didn't really.
Bliss, she ran in that door.
I didn't really pay attention.
That'd have been
to the fact-
hilarious if someone screamed that.
I didn't really
Yeah.
pay attention to the fact that Bliss kind of disappeared when the match started. I was like, oh.
I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention
because
to
there's
that
all those
either.
weird lights and like you don't.
Yeah, the red lighting
And the
is
red
back
lighting
for the
pro-
Fiend.
I'm guessing that helps with the Bliss escape part too, because it was a little darker, and she could just like and whoop deep and like get back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, had it been regular lighting, it might have been a little tougher for her to get out of there.
Or worst case, even if she didn't use the door on the back, who's to say there wasn't like a door on the underneath part of the ring? Like she could have got under the ring and like gone in that way.
All right.
But
We
yeah,
get-
no, that was. And then we move on to the best match.
Hold
of
on,
the-
hold on. So this is roughly like 15 minutes in of night 2, and already we're on our second Titus Hulk segment.
Oh yeah, this one.
He's back. He's in the back. The Titus and Hulk Hogan are hanging out in the back. I think they've ditched their pirate gimmicks by now.
They did.
This one they're still in it.
They're still in it. Okay.
This is the one where because they want to go see the boat.
right.
Oh, that's right, because Bischoff is back.
Yeah,
there.
so they're talking to Easy-E, Eric Bischoff. They're basically getting all the Hall of Famers their little screen time in the
Hey,
back.
they're promoting the 83 Weeks podcast.
I do have one thing about the segment. I like.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. I think. So Bailey makes her presence felt again. She goes, "Ding dong, hello," and Bailey thinks she's still the hostess with the mostest for night 2 as well. And she goes to Titus and Hulk Hogan. You guys ignore me? Huh? I mean, like I'm the host too. I'm trying to pull up my end. I feel like I'm doing everything I can to hold this together, and she's going freaking nuts.
You won't answer texts or calls
Right?
or DMs?
No DMs. Yeah. And so Hulk Eric Bischoff says, "Hey, you know what, Hulk? Let's go check out that boat real quick. Yeah, let's go check out that boat. Yeah, that boat. Yeah, that pirate ship. Yeah, your pirate ship. Yeah." And and they leave Titus back alone with Bailey by himself, and I think he just kind of just like, well, I'm walking off.
No, he
All
goes
right.
out. He goes, I want to look at the boat too.
No,
Oh,
he does,
yeah.
He does that, but then also he just looks at it and goes, because there's a second part to that. He like puts the hat on as he's walking around. It's like, Hall of Fame stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and then there's one point where
The Hall of Fame stuff
Bailey
lined down, man.
goes, Bischoff, maybe we can get together on a podcast, or maybe
A real show,
maybe we can do a real show. And he's like, I prefer books.
Yeah.
which is fucking hilarious because he's a executive producer on like 8 or 9 fucking reality shows.
Yeah, I think that's pretty funny when you brought that up. I'm a book guy.
So, you're a reality TV
I
show.
don't like TV. I like books. So then we get to the match of the night. Women's tag team title
Corey
match.
Graves, you can eat shit.
Nia Jax
God
and
damn
Shayna
it.
Speaking of
Baszler
shit,
versus
I'm gonna go-
Natalya and Tamina.
Okay, so Tamina and Natalya are coming out to the ring, and Corey Graves literally says out loud, the match of the night, and I literally look up and go, who the fuck said that? I said, did you hear that?
Yes.
Dylan, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Tell me he just didn't say that. And you said it was Graves. I was like, God damn it.
And yeah, for like the next hour, we shit on everything Graves said.
Yeah. Credibility.
Yeah, you might as well go take your shit during this match.
I was going to for the guy.
Baszler does a side headlock takedown and a shoulder tackle to Natalya.
I can't miss the recap of the match of the night, boys.
Jax and Tamina both do dueling headbutts to each other.
Bam.
Natalya and Tamina do a backdrop to Jax and Baszler, and they suplex Baszler onto Jax. Natalya does a German to Baszler. Tamina does a clothesline to Baszler. Natalya and Tamina do a slingshot super kick to Baszler. Baszler did a pretty nice knee to Natalya. Jax did a slam to Tamina on the outside. And Tamina at this point is like out for like 10 minutes. It seemed like.
She's sleeping.
Jax does a clothesline to Natalya.
Gotta get ready for a big push payoff.
Jax and Baszler
Coming.
double team Natalya, just like punches, kicks, kind of shit. Jax does a slam to Natalya. Natalya does a clothesline to Jax. Jax does a spine buster to Natalya. Tamina does a flying forearm to Baszler. Tamina does a Samoan drop to Baszler. Jax does a crossbody off Brett's rope to Natalya and Tamina. Holy shit. The
Yeah.
ring didn't break.
Squash.
No, the only problem with that was it took too long.
Tamina did a slam to Jax. Jax reversed Tamina's Superfly splash
Good.
by rolling out of the way. Natalya did a dropkick and a sharpshooter to Jax. Well, then Baszler comes in and does the Karafuda clutch to Natalya, and Natalya taps. So Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax win.
So obviously, Corey Graves is the messiah of predicting matches. This was just an instant classic. Flair Steamboat, right? 10 out of 10.
Dude, 11 out of 10.
Oh, best match ever.
This match broke the scale.
All right, cool,
Better
cool.
than Okada and Omega.
Okay, maybe 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
7.5 stars. Dave Meltzer, 7.5 stars.
Sorry, Meltzer, we just rewrote your gimmick. sorry about your luck.
No, but this sucked.
There were some bright
It didn't
spots.
suck, but it sucked.
I thought the Tamina chants were freaking cool.
I can't believe
Tamina was over. I
That's
don't
why
know
I
if
said-
it was smart crowd or what the fuck.
That's
I don't
what,
know.
That's what I was talking about. Like, that's her big push. She finally got a lot of people to cheer for
Because
her.
as far as I know, no one moved the initial crowd out and replaced them with her family or friends. So
That smiley face guy was still there.
Well, the thing is I don't know if these were like smarks that are just cheering Tamina like back when Rusev was in WWE. Vince goes, they're not really cheering for you because they like you. They're cheering for you because whatever they want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sold out his shirt because it's ironic.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tamina might have legitimately been getting a pop
I
like
think she
this
did.
because it's a joke.
I wonder if she would have won. If they would have like, yeah.
I was waiting for it because those first few minutes I was like, wait a minute, what if Tamina and Natalya win this match?
Well, I said my biggest problem with having this whole bit was you had the turmoil match on night 1. You have this tag title match on night 2. If you're not switching the belt, then you just wasted 45 minutes of my time.
And between this match and the turmoil, other than Jackson Baszler being the odd couple tag team, what are the stories?
There isn't.
None.
What's the heat?
None.
Nothing.
It's a waste of time, especially if you're not going to switch the titles.
Well, the funniest part though is Tamina wasn't over in the turmoil match.
No, she kind of was. They cheered when she did the Snuka murderer jump.
That's the only thing they cheered for though.
Yeah.
This match, fucking, she got tagged in and they were just going crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they chanted her name twice when she tagged in. She got a pop. I mean, good for her. I mean, because she really doesn't do much in the way of getting us on her side one way or the other.
Hey, she's the only wrestler that I know that's been in the company for 10 years that hasn't done a damn thing.
It's her 10-year odyssey finally coming true. People cheered for her.
Yeah.
Ironically or not, they cheered for
They
her.
didn't even cheer for her when she was teaming with Santino and Kozlov.
Why would you? Why? I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. I like Nia Jax and Baszler as a team, but obviously we talked about it. Obviously, I like Baszler as a single star. She should be at the top of the card with Ripley and
Baszler
Asuka.
should be on the top of the card.
But these two are doing a good job of holding on to these tag belts. I mean, I'm hoping somebody comes along like
That's why I wanted
Dana
to.
Brooke, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, wink, wink.
Iconics!
or the Iconics get back together because
Riot Squad.
the best part.
Any of
That's weird though, because
our
why weren't they there to
combos.
begin with?
Not that one.
They're registered tag teams.
Yeah,
Right.
the Iconics had to file their divorce papers, so they're not together anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
who got the dog?
Sean Spears.
Did he? Yeah, he
Sean
did.
Spears is the
You
dog.
got the cat. You got the cat.
Sean Spears is the dog,
Sean
damn it.
Spears is missing on those threesomes they used to have, you know?
Yeah, I mean they're Iconics were inseparable, so hey, why not?
So technically Peyton got the dog.
But the fact of the matter is that this tag team keeps winning, and they won convincingly here too. I mean, as well they should have. So whoever beats them is going to be a good win, I hope. I
Like
think.
Charlotte and Asuka when they beat him.
No,
Yeah.
not that. I'm talking about like I'm not.
I'm glad they
I'm,
didn't do that again.
I'm half joking, but what if it was Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke for instance? I mean, they came down looking like a tag team, or the Riot Squad for that matter.
Right,
If they do the Power and Glory finish, then I'll definitely accept
Yes.
So since we're talking about
Yes.
this, you were talking about their title match. Like, oh, they're defending the titles, doing a good job holding on to them. It's like, well, they faced off against the SmackDown main event at WrestleMania, and then they repeated the exact same storyline of the Raw main event on WrestleMania.
I'm just saying. I mean, like
It was literally the exact same thing.
I mean, the best way to get titles over is to have the person who has the title or the team to have the title.
They
have
only
the
beat
titles,
Asuka.
to keep winning and win convincingly. The only problem with this tag team is that there's only so much they can do with it.
Well, that's why I hate the fact that they created the NXT women's tag titles, because when these had the ability to go to NXT as well, it's like, hey, you could have been showing NXT talent on fucking pay-per-view, because you could have had Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon, who are the NXT women's tag champs, go against Jax and Baszler
I want to talk
on
about
Mania.
random-ass fucking teams. God, there's some random ones down there, too.
Or they could have had fucking Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, Indie Wrestling. They could have had those two
That's funny.
go on the main roster and face Jackson Baszler on a fucking pay-per-view and go, hey, these women are in NXT too? I should probably watch that program too.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. So there were some clumsy spots like that Jack splash. Like they looked at her for like 5 minutes.
The execution was fine.
Well, no, Natalia dragged Tamina into
I was getting there though, but
Yeah.
even then, that's why I'm going to talk about the time, because the execution was fine. Because she's like, oh, Natalia,
Tamina.
Yeah, Natalia grabbed Tamina.
You guys
and
get
then,
over here.
Get here. And then I was like, for 5 seconds, they just stood there like.
And Jax is like, oh,
Jump,
you ready?
You fucking asshole.
Are you ready? I like Baszler in this match. She did all kinds of submissions. She's like, when I did my Angle and Michaels a match review, I mentioned how Angle just looks legit when he locks in like the ankle lock or a body scissors or whatever. But he makes it look real and looks legit because he also has the background too, as does Baszler with her MMA history. I love it when she just locks in submission moves because it just looks like she's ready to freaking rip your ankle off or rip your head off or whatever she's going to do, right? But yeah, this match was just like, again, it was like all this should have been on SmackDown or Raw or wherever these teams came from.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna give it a 5 because I like Tamina, got her little pop. They had their spots. Jax and Baszler had their spots. The only thing about this match I freaking hate is Nia Jax. I'm not a fan anymore.
Were you?
During the thing with Alexa Bliss, yes, I was.
Okay.
But that's the only time because they turned her heel right afterwards. And she started being. I hate it when she talks shit to her opponent in the ring, instead of just like wrestling the person. She's just like, "What are you gonna do? I'm much bigger than you." Like with Lana on the match review I had, she's just toying with her the whole time.
And then she goes, "My hole."
Yeah.
Black hole, son.
Yeah, but like, and Rhea Ripley will do that with Asuka later. It just drives me nuts. Stop toying with your
That
opponent.
didn't last that long though in the Rhea Ripley one.
I mean, but it's still, yeah, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna give it a 5. It was okay.
I gave it a 6. I mean, it did its
There's
thing.
no stories. There's just no heat.
But the thing is okay,
Speaking of heat.
Natalia is a 13-year veteran. Tamina is a 10-year veteran.
Well, he's a 10-year.
Natalia shouldn't be having to lead another veteran, so combined they have 23 years of experience on the main roster. Natalia shouldn't be leading Tamina into a spot where they're going to get a crossbody. She should know where to be by now. Like, come on. You guys have 23 years of main roster experience here.
I mean, Tamina's been gone for like half of it because they didn't use her.
It still counts, though. She was still technically around working dark matches.
Anyways, I gave it a 5.
It's those little things sometimes that just like you just notice, like with that one little spot, and it could mess up a match. Like,
come on, Tamina.
Yeah, there's times where I could watch a match and it's like, okay, then this one little thing is like, oh, come on, stop it.
But hey, there's one good thing here. Every time Tamina's in a spot where it matters, she loses. So we can just keep going on that train.
She slips on the banana peel every time.
So that's fine.
Moving on.
We go right to the next match.
All right, so first, the theme song of Night 2 is by a guy named Fitz, and it's called Head Up High, whoever the fuck Fitz is.
I vaguely remember them talking about that.
I don't know.
But we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn has a friend with him.
Wow.
YouTuber / asshole / boxer Logan Paul.
Yeah, so Sami Zayn gets in the ring and he grabs the mic. He says, basically says, show some respect for my guest.
Logan Paul.
My guest.
My
Logan
asshole
Paul.
friend, Logan Paul.
Big piece of shit. So from what I heard.
So Owens hits Zayn with a pop-up powerbomb right away. Then Owens has a suplex to Zayn onto the ropes. Owens has a corner clothesline and a cannonball to Zayn. Zayn does a suplex to Owens onto the apron. Zayn hits a Michinoku driver on Owens. Owens does a frog splash off the top rope to Zayn. Owens does a package Ujigaroshi to Zayn.
Nice pronunciation.
What is that one?
That move that you guys couldn't tell or couldn't say what it was?
Oh, that was the one where he dropped the...
Or did
Yeah.
But it's a package Ujigaroshi.
It's like a neck breaker on his knee.
Yeah, but it's the package version.
One. Gotcha.
Because he has him in package pile driver position.
Yeah.
Zayn does an exploder suplex in the corner to Owens. Zayn does a blue thunderbomb to Owens. Zayn does another exploder suplex and a snapdragon and a brainbuster to Owens. Owens does a package fisherman suplex to Zayn off the top rope.
Owens loves those package moves.
He does.
Owens does the corner clotheslines to Zayn. Zayn hit a haluva kick on Owens.
That was really good.
Owens hits a couple of super kicks to Zayn. Owens hits the stunner on Zayn. 1, 2, 3, KO Mania 5, KO wins.
That's right.
You did this stuff.
Yep.
I'm glad they kept...
You asked for this or whatever it was.
I'm glad they kept the aftermath bit with Logan Paul that was covered after this.
Yep.
To happen after the match. Because the match being just a match, the only thing that bothered me is cutting to Logan Paul's reaction.
Yeah, if Logan Paul would have gotten involved in this match, I would have been pissed.
I'm glad they did the whole match before they did the...
I mean, you saw him sell that stunner, right? So
he could have gotten involved.
I mean, people like that. Like, he may not have sold... Like, him, like, flopping to the ground like he did was great. It's just that you didn't see him actually take the move. He just kind of did some weird shit.
Logan Paul should have been in the Nigerian drum fight. And all of the classic Nigerian drum fights, they always had a Paul brother.
There's always the Logan Paul there. It's always that one blonde-haired white dude.
Or Jake Paul.
Blonde-haired white dude.
Yeah, this match was fun. Two guys who have like the utmost, the most chemistry together of any two guys you can think of.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, they're up there with them.
Is there anybody you could ever get in my head?
Yeah, but you gotta think.
Yeah, but they're right
on
up there with them.
the current roster, these guys have the most history.
Yeah. So Sami Zayn had this conspiracy theory gimmick. I wish he would have shown a little bit more of that in the context of the match. Like, say the referee counts to 2, and Owens kicks out or whatever, and then Zayn could go, that was 3. I mean, obviously it was 3. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but then you would have. Then it would have been a 5 out of 10 to you.
No, it wouldn't have, because that's part of his gimmick.
Yeah, this would be the one time where he'd like, this makes sense.
This makes sense.
Okay.
And,
I saw where he was going with that.
I'm not saying he should do it every time, but every once in a while, just go look at the ref, go like, he like throws the ref some shade, like, I don't trust you.
He already had an issue with this ref. That's why she was the ref in this match.
I mean, it should have been like a Chris Jericho, Aubrey Edwards thing.
Just a little bit, because after the match, they had Logan Paul gets in the ring, and he wants to go shake Owens' hand, and Zayn flips out and says, you're my guest. You're not supposed to be shaking hands with him. And then, and I think Logan Paul shoves Zayn down, and then Zayn eats a stunner. He leaves. And then Paul tries to commiserate with Owens, and then he eats a stunner.
He should have had a beer first.
Yep, he needs beer. We already had our beer.
Just like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, he still had the same fate. He took a stoner.
Yeah. I give this match an 8. I liked it.
I gave it an 8 as well.
8 around.
It's also one of those matches that wish could have gone a little bit longer. But
yeah, had this had more time, it would have been potentially a 9 or even a 10 had it gotten an extra 10 minutes.
We've
seen the story play out a little bit more. Yeah.
Between these two.
Yeah.
The thing,
not WWE, but we see.
Okay, there is one particular move that I wish Sami Zayn still had in his arsenal.
That
fucking DDT through the second rope.
I never understood how he did that.
I don't think it goes back to his entrance music. He's a heel. He shouldn't even have that entrance music. So that move pops people. That DDT.
I know, but it was so fucking beautiful to see.
That made me a mark for Sami Zayn when I first started watching NXT. Is because of that move. I was like, what the fuck was that? I've never seen a move like that before.
Dive through the fucking.
Yeah, it was right before he won the title.
He had his match with Neville. He had the Fatal 4-Way match. He had his match with Nakamura.
That was a one as well.
The Nakamura match is 10 out of 10. Was 10 out of 10. Will always be 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That was when I first started watching NXT, and I think one of the things that got me hooked on NXT was seeing that. Did he name that DDT? Is there a name for it?
I've never heard it.
They always just called it the DDT through
the ring rope. It's amazing.
My follow-up to that is 1, nice job coming up with it. 2, how do you master that? Because how do you just be like, I'm
Practice.
gonna decide. But the first time you do that, I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking throw myself through the second row.
Well, my thing is, how do you think of that first?
It's just being creative.
You're just like,
that's all
okay,
it
I'm
is.
gonna create a new move. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be on the outside of the ring of my opponent,
And he's gonna be like,
and I'm gonna go towards the corner,
That's
and
it.
I'm gonna
Well-
dive through that fucking rope little space, and then I'm gonna give him a DDT.
Well, the
and
problem
only he
I've,
could do it,
I've never seen him.
or anyone of his build.
I've never seen him fail.
I've never
Right.
seen him fail that either.
And it
There-
seems like there's a lot of
There's
things that go
there's
into
a lot
that.
of potential error there because like if he doesn't jump high enough, his foot could hit that rope and he's down.
Yeah,
on
he
the
has
ground.
to like bend his foot. He has to make sure his head's straight because one wrong move, either up or above or below him, and he's fucked.
It's probably it's the DDT, but once he gets through those ropes, the other guy's got to catch him.
Yeah, and then he has to let him
does
turn
it, yeah.
and spins.
His best opponent for that would probably be when he had that feud at Cesaro.
I wasn't watching NXT then. I imagine
It was
it
such
awesome.
a great feud. He also had Cesaro also had a really good match with William Regal on NXT.
Cesaro has a good match with everybody if he's allowed to
But
do
it's
it.
William Regal.
William Regal's awesome.
And we're talking about NXT. That's years ago, and now we're talking Mania. And he finally got
2014,
He
man.
finally got a moment.
Yeah, because apparently he has no personality. Go figure. Go watch
None.
him on Up, Down, Down. He has tons of personality. Anyway,
Go watch him as the very mysterious ice cream.
what?
That was one of his gimmicks.
The mysterious ice cream?
The
Where
very
we're at.
mysterious.
He was a tag team with another guy who called himself the mysterious ice cream, so he was the very mysterious ice cream. I think it was Chikara.
All right. So what? Eight. Okay. Next we go backstage and we get your boy, bro.
That
Matt
I
Riddle's
fucking
walking
hate
around.
him.
The one thing I will say, I like how he wears his belt. So at least he doesn't have to carry it like everybody else does because they're stupid.
I mean, he technically is carrying it. He's just putting it in a different spot than normal.
Yeah, but he's not carrying it
He's
with-
got it. He's got it actually attached.
It's like a bandolero. It looks really cool. So he's on his little scooter,
Yeah, fuck his scooter.
and because it's damn fucking stupid All right, well, we'll get there.
Bro.
He runs into the Great Khali again, another freaking little Hall of Fame guy in the back,
And Rajan Singh.
and Rajan Singh. Okay, so he says you're I think he says something along the lines of like, let me look at the ring. I said, you got some big hands, bro.
Bro,
You
got
should
some big-
open up like a giant man business. And then RVD walks up.
Well, he says you should be making scooters for like big dudes. Bro.
Yeah, shit like that.
Especially-
And RVD says something along the line. Oh, by the way, RVD apparently knows what country is Kali from? Is it India?
India.
So apparently he can speak whatever the language of India is.
Indian.
It's not Indian.
Hindi.
Hindi. There you go.
He
And
can
so
speak
RVD
Indian.
apparently
It's like,
RVD
he's Mexican. He speaks Mexican.
So apparently RVD can translate for Great Khali. And he says, yeah, Great Khali's all about that. We could do some rebranding. And he says, like RVD rolling papers. I thought that was hilarious.
I mean, to be fair, after this fucking show, RVD's probably smoking a big old joint with fucking Matt Riddle.
Hi, Katie. I know you're out there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Katie Forbes' his ass.
So that's a little skit. Yeah.
It was meant to pop the old fans that know about RVD
And
and his smoking habits.
Yeah. And nothing really of substance here. Matt Riddle gets on a scooter, goes away. And then I find out that this whole damn story between him and Sheamus is because Matt Riddle's
fucking
trying to get
scooter.
Sheamus, try my scooter, bro. And then Sheamus did the best thing in the world. He fucking gutted, I hit fucking Riddle in the gut with the scooter. Like, dude, bro, what'd I do?
So fucking
all I know is-
dumb.
What I got out of it is, and I was going to spoil the end of the match here, if he would have never fucked with Sheamus about his scooter, he would have kept his title. Sheamus would have never got the match. It never happened.
Okay, so Matt Riddle, Matt Riddle comes out first, right?
No, Sheamus comes out first.
Sheamus comes out first. Matt Riddle comes out, and when he flicks his shoes off, apparently he keeps birds in his ass.
So, birds everywhere. Animated birds for all.
I don't understand.
I don't
that.
either. I don't either. I mean, it's great for the viewer to see
Well-
something different, but I don't want to
well,
see birds
well,
coming out of his feet or his
Well,
shoes.
well,
or
what is the correlation between Stoner Matt Riddle and the birds?
I know it
maybe
happened.
there are pigeons and like or doves and like peace, bro.
It
doves,
happened- it
man.
happened.
Well,
like-
and these ones, because they're at WrestleMania, they're wearing like pirate hats and fucking.
Yeah, the one had an
Eye
eye patch.
patch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right.
We have a United States title match. Matt Riddle, bro.
Bro.
Versus Sheamus, bro.
Bro, just
No,
go.
no, it's fella, okay?
It's
the bro versus fella.
And Matt Riddle's fucking theme song even starts them going, bro. Okay, first off, Matt Riddle, I fucking hate his character because he's a dumbass comedy character. Because at one point, he was trying to team up with Jeff Hardy to be the Hardy Bros.
But at least he can go in the ring, so at least there's that.
True. Sheamus is a side headlock takeover and a shoulder tackle and an arm wringer to Riddle. Riddle does a sleeper to Sheamus. Sheamus does a Uranagi to Riddle. Sheamus does the Irish Curse backbreaker to Riddle. Riddle does an arm lock into the ropes to Sheamus. So Sheamus does 10 beats of the Ballerin to Riddle. Sheamus does a suplex to Riddle. Riddle does a belly to belly, an overhead belly to belly to Sheamus off the top rope. Riddle does an exploder suplex and the Broton to Sheamus, aka the Senton Swanton, whatever you want to call it. Riddle does a suplex to Sheamus.
Bro time.
Sheamus does the bro kick to Riddle.
Yeah.
Sheamus does the Alabama slam to Riddle.
Slam a what?
Hammer.
Hammer?
Riddle does a German suplex on the apron.
That looked brutal.
Riddle does a corkscrew moonsault to Sheamus on the outside. Alright, Riddle does another moonsault to Sheamus. Riddle does the reverse armbar to Sheamus. Sheamus does the powerbomb to get out of it to Riddle. Riddle does a sleeper to Sheamus. Sheamus does a white noise. He attempts to do it off of Brett's rope, or off the top rope,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
he falls.
Yeah, but luckily he held on to him, and they could finish the maneuver another way. So I thought that fix was okay.
Yeah, and then Sheamus does a knee to Riddle off of Brett's rope. So then at this point, Riddle's attempting to do a springboard moonsault, and Sheamus just hits him in the fucking chin with a bro kick. 1, 2, 3. The bro kick defeats the bro. So Sheamus is your United States champion.
Awesome finish. I'm surprised there's been no tomfoolery, no malarkey, no bullshit with these finishes. I mean, other than I'm sorry, the ones that actually finished let me see, the tag title was clean. This title match was clean. Bianca Belair winning was clean.
There's really no fucked finishes
no
in
fuck
any
finishes,
of these.
yeah.
I mean, unless you want to count the Wyatt Norton match.
Yeah, but that was really not a finish per se because it wasn't really a match, right?
I mean, it technically counts as a match, but that was like the only quote-unquote fuck finish you could say.
Yeah.
The Randy Orton one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still part of the story, though. It wasn't like someone interfered.
Yeah, no, it was part of the story, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but it was the only like quote-unquote fuck finish.
Yeah, this match was, despite the fact that Matt Riddle is annoying, he can go in the ring.
Hey, he was part of that 10-man thumb in the ass match.
He was, and he took it like a champ. I like how he. I wonder if he had to ask Angle if he could do that that jump out of nowhere. Up
No,
the top
he doesn't
rope
have to ask if it's a regular move. I mean, if it's a finisher, I think they might consider
I mean,
asking.
I know, but Angle's the only guy who does it.
Follow up, because you brought up people using Angle's moves. Fucking Apollo Crews is using the Angle Slam now.
Orton used to use it.
Yeah, but Angle got mad about that.
That was hilarious, though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, he went after him on Twitter one time because Orton did it during a pay-per-view, and Angle goes, I think I know that slam from somewhere.
Shut up, Angle.
But that was also when Kurt Angle was drinking.
You know, he's drinking and being like
He was drunk, so he's
pill addict and shit.
Yeah.
drunken Uncle Angle was on Twitter.
Ratings of going back to the main points, Sheamus and Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
I heard you say fucking great finish. Yeah, finish.
I like the finish because it was like just a sweet bro kick right to his face and dropped
bro.
Matt Riddle like a bad habit, and he got the clean 1, 2, 3. I was very surprised. I thought there was going to be a kick out there.
I would say because of that, because of the way it ended, I think even if Sheamus would have hit the white noise off the top like he was intended, Riddle would have kicked out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you don't have that spot that they have at the end of this match on the fly. It's like, I'm going to do a backflip and you can kick me in the face.
Yeah, and that little botch could have been an actual legit botch, but luckily they were able to hold it together and they were able to execute the move anyway.
He fell 3 feet and you're just like, all right, let's go hit it.
Yeah, just hit it. I mean,
but you did see him like think about what he should do because like, I'm just going to hit it normally.
Yeah, it's fine. I got over it. The story is just dumb, and that takes away a little bit. But both of these guys in the ring was outstanding.
Out of all the matches on the fucking both nights, this one had the dumbest story. Even the fucking women's tag title match is like, okay, at least the challengers won something.
It's like having no story is better than having a dumb story.
Over like Sheamus just being an asshole because of a scooter. You know?
And then Sheamus being an asshole gets rewarded with a title.
Yeah. So, congratulations, Sheamus. You're an asshole and you're a champion.
How many assholes are there on this ship?
Yo!
Quite a few.
Keep firing, assholes. Yeah, that's funny. I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it a 7. I would have been a 7.5 if that one botch was like, oh, okay. But I got back into it real quick when they got to the ending, but it's like, oh, okay.
If they would have hit that white noise off the top, I would have given it an 8.
Yeah, you're right, but say Levy.
Yeah, I took it down a half because of that.
I
you took it down a half, but you were a half above me.
Well, just because that finish fucking at least dealt with some of that.
I'll say Sheamus has been putting on some good matches recently.
But some
Yeah, with
bangers.
Drew McIntyre especially. Yeah.
They slap, as the kids would say.
Ow.
Wham!
I mean, ooh.
Leg slap.
Speaking of, okay, so Shayna Baszler was doing that, by the way. I meant to bring that up.
She's getting fined.
Yeah, so her payout, like, say it's like $50,000, she probably had to give it all
50
back.
grand.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but
To be fair, Shane McMahon's also getting fined for hitting Strowman in the fucking head of the chair.
true.
Yeah.
He did.
Accidental or not.
Even if it was like a little up tap, he still did it.
But yeah.
No filler, so keep going.
And here's why.
Oh my God.
All right, so this is historic, guys. We're watching a Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental title, and this is a class. Remember all the classic Nigerian drum fights that we've seen?
No, dude, no. This is the first ever Nigerian drum fight to take place outside of Nigeria.
Yeah, we watched all the regular Nigerian drum fights back in Nigeria.
Yeah, we had to get some context here, so.
And they did this all to a T.
Oh yeah, there was some in those Nigerian drum fights that we've seen in Nigeria. There was a bunch of steel steps and kendo sticks
and tables,
and nobody uses the drum at all.
So disclaimer for this match: no drums were harmed in the making of this match.
Almost. He did get thrown into the drums once. They knocked a couple over. That's all that happened.
Yeah, but this is a flesh wound.
All right, so you got Big E Langston versus Apollo Crews.
Don't call him Big E Langston.
So Big E and Crews are having a kendo stick fight in a Nigerian drum fight.
I didn't know they played drums in Nigeria or kendo sticks.
We never saw those in the previous drum fights, but you know.
Hey, they're there.
They were playing drums in circles when we were watching.
I mean, what was it? Yeah, Michael Cole at the beginning of the match. That's why we're mocking that whole thing about the Nigerian drum fights in Nigeria, because he just goes, yeah, Apollo Crews brought this idea over from his native, or something like that. He said something along the lines of, Apollo got this from his home, Nigeria. They do these all the time, or some shit like that.
So then, Big E and Crews are both hitting each other with kendo sticks.
As every Nigerian drum fight starts.
Yep, exactly. So then, Crews ends up hitting Big E with another kendo stick. Big E hits Crews with the spear through the ropes. Crews hits a Death Valley driver to Big E on the apron. So Crews and Big E have the steel steps set up on the outside, and Big E is laying on them, and Crews attempts to throw the steps onto Big E, who's sitting on laying on the other pair of steps, and Big E moves.
I wish they would have had the camera down on that a little bit more, because you don't see the Big E move out of the way.
Big E does the Uranagi to Crews.
I think that's the point.
Onto the apron.
Oh my God! And then they cut it like, oh, he's not there anymore.
So Big E does the Uranagi to Crews from the apron onto the steel stairs. Crews then hits Big E with a kendo stick again.
Okay.
Crews
Again.
There's a table set up in the ring, and Big E's on it, and Crews attempts to splash, but Big E moves. So Crews goes through the table. So then Big E hits the big ending
And guess what? Big E's gonna win. Oh.
to Apollo Crews. And then
Also, coming up next is your most notable, also Nigerian person.
Daba Kato comes out. Last time I saw, he was a Raw superstar, by the way.
On
Underground.
On the Raw Underground, yeah.
Well, he also got drafted.
Oh, well.
Daba Kato comes
Good
in
for
as
him.
a choke slam to Big E because Big Man do choke slam. And Apollo Crews wins the Nigerian drum fight for all of Nigerians to celebrate.
In the most typical Nigerian fashion.
Yeah, with chairs
Get
and
your
tables
ass
and
kicked, be
candlesticks.
officially defeated, and then have some random dude come in and help you.
Yeah. The
We will show you the way.
there was a gong that got used though. I forgot about that.
Do you know the way, my brother?
Despite the fact I didn't know who the fuck this guy was until you guys explained it to me.
I was the only one who knew because you both were like, who the fuck's that? I'm like, that's Daba Kato.
When he says, like, oh, yeah.
I like this finish. At first I was kind of like,
Keeps
well, first of all, I knew Cruz was going to win. However, I like the way he won this because it furthers his like quote unquote presentation. He now has a bodyguard, and then he won by nefarious ways to keep him moving with Big E into the future. So like Big E would be chasing, and of course the babyface has to overcome another obstacle. Will Big E win the title back? I don't know. But Cruz and Big E will continue to have good matches down the line, which is why I like the fact this will continue through WrestleMania into the next few months.
I literally just thought about something in my head because we were talking about it, and I brought up that point that they brought him in, and he's not Nigerian or anything like that. He's just a dude. I was just like, big dude bodyguard guy. And AJ Styles has almost big black body guy.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Flip it.
Well,
I'm not saying I don't think it would work, but I'm just saying.
No, it actually would
Almost
because
would work
almost
for-
is
Yeah, that's
Nigerian.
right. Yeah, almost. He played Nigerian basketball. It almost
Right,
would
right,
work
right.
for Apollo Crews because it fits the gimmick. They're both Nigerian. It actually works
Yeah, no.
instead of just putting.
They already,
random dude.
yeah, but they probably already had almost in
Oh, yeah,
line
no,
with
yeah.
AJ Styles before this happened. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, like, I didn't
No,
know. I didn't know.
it just crossed my mind when we were talking about it. It's like, there's literally a guy there that could do this for
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't
because
know-
Daba Kato is
Yeah.
Polish,
which is probably the farthest thing from Nigeria.
and apparently he played for the Vikings in 2015.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Local boy made good. Hell yeah.
I still don't like him.
You don't have to like him. He's also apparently 6'9".
Look at fucking Almost.
Yeah.
Almost is probably like 7'2".
They shouldn't have called this a freaking Nigerian drum match. They could have called. They could have made up something else if they're not going to use the drums.
Okay, call it Fox on Anywhere. No holds barred.
Something.
I think the other reason they didn't want to use like no holds barred.
Holy shit! Almost is younger than us.
Yeah, he's young, dude.
He's 27, and he's 7'3", the tallest wrestler who's ever wrestled a match in WWE.
Damn.
He's over 7 foot, yeah. No, but the thing with what was I saying about this? Oh, the match. If they call it this instead of a no holds barred match, I was getting on the point that think of all the no holds barred matches you know, and think about who are in those matches. Main eventers are in those matches. This is not a main event match.
Yeah, it's a gimmick
Okay.
match to.
So they gimmicked
yeah,
a match
it's a-
so they
gimmicked it.
wouldn't have to call it a no holds barred match when they literally did call it a no holds barred match.
But like we were joking while the match was coming up is that like if it's going to be called a Nigerian drum match and then the guy who's doing the ring announcing, I forget his name. He said the rules of the match are there are no countouts, no disqualifications, but it said nothing about the drums themselves. So why not have like a 10-minute match? You wrestle for 10 minutes and then you do drum line for like 2 minutes.
Well, because
And
that would
then-
require the match to go 10 minutes. This
Yeah,
one
but-
apparently only went 6:50.
Okay.
This is barely longer than Randy.
Okay, so the loser has to do something with the drums, or the winner gets to do a drum roll.
Play
I
a
don't know.
drum with the loser's head.
Something.
Or the winner has to put a drum on the loser's head and play it.
Something.
With a kendo stick. Typical Nigerian fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punishable
I like
by
the guys
death.
in the match. I like the finish. There were spots in the match that were good, but I don't like the gimmick of the match at all.
There
I
were
gave it.
spots in the match that were bad.
Yeah. I gave it a 6. I want to see if these guys can do better down the line because now there's a more of a because they're developing their rivalry now. It's expanding a little bit. More people are coming into it. More elements.
I'll go 6 as well.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
It's not going any higher than that.
Dabakato.
Almost. You literally have a 7'3" Nigerian.
But they didn't know they were going to
I
add
know.
him. Yeah.
It's just funny.
But yeah, you're right though. You can men like
when you think about it now,
right?
It's like, oh.
Hindsight.
Apollo.
I mean, it works out better for Almost anyways. He gets paired with Styles and wins the tag titles. You'll always be able to say he was tag team champions with AJ fucking Styles.
Hey, they also had a chance to make an Uha Nation reference because they said something about Nation.
Corey Graves did that.
And they should have said,
Of course.
well, they could have been like, hey, he's from Nigeria in the city of Uha in the nation of Nigeria, something like that.
No, he said he was going to do. He said, because Biggie's from Tampa. It's something along the lines of Biggie's here to do this for his city, or Almost is here to take Biggie's city and turn it into his nation.
You
or
mean
some
Cruz?
Something.
shit.
Yeah.
That Cruz was here to take Biggie's city and turn it into. That's what they said.
And they
or
could
something
have
like that.
said from the city of Uha, you know, for Apollo Crews, and that would have been a little marking out moment there.
All right.
Oh, we
so-
also forgot to mention one thing for the tag tournament match. The fucking commentator fucked up.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah, that
He
was good.
botched it.
Yeah,
The
he
ring
fucked
announcer
himself.
botched it.
He said,
The Riot Squad has been eliminated. Correction.
yeah.
That was great.
And I was like, yeah, Dana Brooke is still in there. Go, girl. Oh, crap.
Correction.
Correction.
We had the Hall of Fame inductees showing up on the stage. We have Rob Van Dam
One of a kind, smoke weed.
with his own specialty RVD rolling papers. We got Molly Holly.
She deserves it, legitimately.
We get the Great Khali.
Oh, he so deserves it.
Yeah.
Them YouTube numbers in India, fuck.
Dude,
Yeah.
There's more people that watch wrestling in India than there are in the U.S.
Yeah, fair enough. I
There's
mean,
more people around the world. We're
Well-
not the center of the universe.
Well, I find it hilarious. The fact is I've heard that back when Khali was a full-time wrestler, they would literally edit SmackDowns and Raws and whatever in India, so then Khali's match would always be the main event.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
But why would you fuck with the whole show to make Khali the main event
Would they
every
edit
time?
out the parts where they're talking about the actual main event during Khali's match? Because at the opening of the show.
I'd presume so. I mean, I'd presume they just redid their own
Yeah, they just do their own segments.
Yeah,
And
in Hindi.
yeah.
or
The-
subtitles.
Ozzy Osbourne is added to the celebrity wing.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
About as useful as
'Cause-
Drew Carey.
Because the 80s and the fact that he hosted Raw a couple times.
I mean, Drew Carey is in there, and he did less than that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Drew
never
Carey.
saw Ozzy in a Rumble.
You know, Ozzy is in every Rumble in my heart.
God damn.
Remember, the Invisible Man's on the feet in Royal Rumbles.
He is. He has never lost.
The Invisible Man is AKA known as Vacant. Hall of Famer.
He gets
Yeah.
all the titles. He cashes in all his Royal Rumble wins on just people's injuries.
Yeah.
And he gets chicks, too.
The Warrior Award goes to a man named Rich Herring. I think he's been associated with Vince McMahon since
They said he worked for him for like 52 years or something like that.
probably with Vince Senior as well.
Well, yeah,
from the
because
70s.
Vince Jr. wasn't doing WWE for
He basically
50
said
years.
he worked for WrestleMania for WWE for 52 years.
And then we get Eric Bischoff, and we get the main event of the Hall of Fame is Mayor Kane, the big red machine, and he does this little thing where he does the and this is just me being kind of an asshole. I was hoping that the power wouldn't go off. I don't know why when he does his little cane thing.
Hey, you
with
wanted an AEW situation? Boom! What the
the
fuck?
sparklers instead of.
I mean, I remember there was one time where Kane did his entrance.
I
And
don't
he
remember
did,
what it was,
And
I
he
know.
did the pyro part, but only like 3 of the turnbuckles went off.
There was one time where he approached Undertaker. I think this is when they're running up to WrestleMania 14, and he does the raising of the hands, and the power doesn't go off on a Raw.
And then did Paul Bearer go, oh, yes.
Dude,
I doubt it.
Hey, you want to talk about pyro? Man, they spent a shit fuck ton of money on pyro.
Dude, for real. Like, those DraftKings questions that we're going to talk about during the main event, like, they could have had ones like, what's the over-under on the amount of pyro? Is it like a little bit, a smidgen, average bit, a fuck ton, or a hell of a lot more than a fuck ton?
That's probably around that hell of a lot more than a fuck ton.
All right,
bitchin'.
on to the women's match.
It was awesome. Like, I loved it. I was just like, there's a lot of fucking pyro.
We have a Raw women's title match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So Asuka does a drop kick to Ripley. Ripley does a kick and a suplex to Asuka. Ripley does legs.
Ripley also got played out to the
Oh yeah, played out to the ring.
I don't know if you mentioned that.
I can't remember who the band is.
I forgot the name too. And also Big E did. I don't know if you mentioned that too.
Oh yeah, by Wale. That's right. I forgot about him. Okay, Ripley does a leg scissors to Asuka. Ripley does
I can't
a drop.
scream. It gets silent.
Ripley does a drop kick and a clothesline to
I'm
Asuka.
trying to.
I gotta project.
Asuka does a knee bar to Ripley. Ripley does a German to Asuka. Asuka does a top rope drop kick to Ripley and a German suplex, or actually, and a German and a hip attack to Ripley. Asuka does a running hip attack to Ripley. Ripley does a top rope drop kick to Asuka. Ripley does a reverse electric chair on the apron to Asuka. Asuka does a DDT off the apron to Ripley, which looked fucking.
Straight death.
Yeah.
Like-
Asuka does another running knee to Ripley. Ripley does a reverse cloverleaf to Asuka. Asuka does an armbar to Ripley. Ripley throws Asuka into the bottom turnbuckle. Ripley does a suplex to Asuka into the ring. Asuka does another armbar to Ripley. Asuka does the Asuka lock to Ripley. Ripley does the pump handle slam to Asuka. 1, 2, 3. This is my brutality. Rhea Ripley wins.
What should have happened last year at Mania?
Yeah. This match started off too slow for me. I didn't like going back to the Nia Jax and she just plays with her opponent. Like, stop doing it. Just fucking wrestle. We know you're a heel.
Nia Jax.
You know, like
Didn't bother me.
it's just dumb. Like why would you play with somebody who can whoop your ass? Anyway,
Sexy pin. No.
Anyway.
Okay, so the match was good, but there's no real story here, right? It's just
She debuted and basically debuted coming out to Asuka.
Yeah.
And Asuka was like, I don't have it.
Because Asuka came back from injury
And won an opponent.
and Ripley fucking came out and was like, "Fuck you," and just beat the shit out of her.
and so like
And then they did the SmackDown take thing.
Yeah, so to me there's no real heat. I mean, other than the two of them are great, and the crowd acknowledged some of the spots and everything.
There was Latino heat.
Not even that.
Damn.
Sorry. Ripley winning obviously is the right move because it helped out with my DraftKings score. So thank you. But in all seriousness, like Rhea Ripley should have won this last year. She should have beat Charlotte. And this year she gets Asuka, and Asuka, I'm not sure what the problem was with Charlotte, but Asuka obviously is not going to sit there and be, no, I can't lose at Mania.
Well, I think
Well, last year's for the NXT title. Charlotte didn't need the fucking NXT
No,
title.
not at all.
I think the only reason why they did that though was to pretty much try to boost some ratings on USA because they were in that rating war with AEW.
Well, it could have made no sense because Rhea Ripley went like a whole year doing pretty much jack shit
Yeah,
of relevance.
I completely agree. But the thing is they wanted to boost those ratings.
Yeah.
So they threw the most quote-unquote popular female wrestler from the main roster into NXT for a
How'd
little
that
while.
work out for him?
They won a couple of the ratings wars.
But also, the thing with Rhea Ripley, though, is she had like 2 noteworthy matches with the new champion over there in NXT, and that was about it.
Io Shirai, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Just match was just kind of like, okay, it's there. It's I mean, I'm honestly waiting for the main event at this point. We've already watched like 6 hours of wrestling. I'm ready to
6
go.
is like 7 at this point.
Well, okay, whatever. But like, I mean, the match was still solid. It didn't suck. I don't think they even had any mistakes really. It was just hard for me to get a grip on who was the heel and who was the face. I mean, I know Asuka was the face, but until obviously Ripley was trying to establish her heel persona, which she may even drop on Raw tomorrow or SmackDown, wherever she's going next.
Raw.
Because
she won that title.
And
She was always gonna be on
so it was hard for me to sit there and go like, okay, I hate Ripley because I don't. So I was like, whatever. This match was there. I give it a 6 though. So it was still solid. I'm not giving it better than 6.
I got it at a 8.
Yeah, same. I didn't have the problems you had with it, and I just like both of these guys or
Well,
girls.
But that kind of tied into the problem is that like I wanted to hate Ripley, so like when she won, it was like, oh great, Asuka just lost. Now Asuka gets to chase her, and I don't feel that's going to be any fun going forward. But who knows? Maybe they'll figure it out down the line. So.
The only time I went like, oh great, well last year Charlotte, but when Charlotte beat Asuka's undefeated streak at Mania.
ridiculous.
I was like, why? Why is that? Why? And she tapped.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Just do a clean pin. I mean, at least the pin's legit, but tapping out means like Asuka's like, you know what, my streak's not good
Well,
enough.
if you're gonna
Fuck
have
it.
her lose,
Should have did a sexy pin.
if you're gonna have
Ripley did do a sexy pin, didn't she?
Yeah, not to finish it though.
That's right.
Not to go too far into it because we'll probably touch that show sometime in the future. But going with that ending to Asuka and Charlotte, do the Lashley McIntyre ending if you're gonna have Asuka lose. She loses, yes,
But
she
passes
doesn't,
out
she
in
doesn't
pain.
actually lose.
And that works. Like you didn't. I mean, your body failed you, and that's something that happened to any athlete. But you said no. I'm not giving up. Fuck you. I'm gonna get out of this. And your body said no. Sorry.
Yeah, body failed
Sorry.
you. Look
No,
at Josh Donaldson.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Like you
God.
said, he fucking gets hurt when he wakes up in the morning.
All right.
Ever since he
So
bet on the Twins, yeah.
here's the last segment for the Titus Hogan
Ding
saga.
dong, hello.
Ding dong, goodbye.
And they're out. Titus O'Neil's out there to say thank you to all the viewers and all the fans in attendance. And then we get ding dong, hello. You didn't thank me. I mean, hit my pyro.
The fact that they had pyro actually pissed me off.
And so
Bailey Pyro.
Bailey continues to lament that she's the person who held this whole entire 2-night WrestleMania together. And then we get the you can look but you can't touch.
You can touch,
And then
but you can't
the Bellas,
look.
the Bellas come out and they confront Bailey, and Bailey just talks shit to them, and she says, "I don't even know why you're out here, because John Cena's not here." And Mickey Bella knocks the microphone out of her hand,
I'm pretty sure she said,
and they throw her down the ring ramp.
I'm pretty sure right before she knocks the mic out of her hand, I heard Bailey go, "I lied." Fucking the mic got smacked out of her hand.
Yeah. And that ended that, and then we go to the main event.
Let me just move on. We
And,
move on to the Spears battle.
Yeah.
The only notes you took, Spears.
Because this match, I remember this match. So like everything he's going to say is going to ring a bell automatically.
All right.
That's it. Oh, gotcha.
So we got the triple threat match for the Universal title. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus the Rated R Superstar Edge.
Edge.
So Daniel Bryan,
The big dog.
you got no pyro.
Who?
Daniel Bryan got no pyro, but Roman
Edge-
Reigns got a shit
Edge,
fuck
you
ton.
got some pyro. Roman Reigns, you got a shit ton of pyro.
And then turns into a fuck ton later.
It does. It does. Good lord.
So the
I
match,
would love to know the budget for the pyro.
the match starts off by Reigns just giving a big punch to Bryan. Then Jey Uso's on the outside and he does a super kick to
So
Bryan.
he starts super kicking people. It was great. Like
And-
that's the point.
Then he throws Bryan into the ring steps. Uso then does a super kick to Edge. Bryan does a tope to Reigns. Uso does a super kick to Bryan. Edge throws Uso into the steel steps. Edge throws Reigns into the barricade. And then the apron and then the turnbuckle. So he kept like throwing them in between all of them. Edge does the execution to Jey Uso onto the steps. Bryan then starts doing the yes kicks to Edge in the corner of the ring. Edge reversed the Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb to Bryan. Edge then did the Edge-O-Matic to Bryan. Bryan did a top rope drop kick to Edge. Reigns did a belly to belly to Bryan. Edge did a baseball slide to Reigns. Reigns did a flying clothesline to Edge. Edge did the execution to Reigns. Reigns did a Superman punch to Edge. At this point in the match, Edge and Reigns do a double spear to each other.
Yeah.
That's how far into this we were at.
God damn. We were tied there.
Executed it.
Then-
we were tied then.
Then Bryan does a flying
It
headbutt
gets
to
worse.
Reigns. And then he does one to Edge as well. Bryan does the yes kicks to Edge and Reigns. Bryan does a flying knee to Edge. Bryan does the label lock to Reigns. Bryan does the label lock to Edge. Reigns does a powerbomb to Bryan onto the announcer's table. And then out of nowhere, here comes Edge with a spear.
Yeah. 2.
Boo.
Right off the steps. That was actually really fucking cool, though, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
you saw his foot like, shit.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, because he had, that was when the camera was right on Reigns. He was about to do whatever he's doing to Bryan, and I could see out of the corner of my eye, right inside the TV, I could see a foot go right off camera. I was like,
Fuck.
"Crap! Here comes a spear!" And sure enough, turns around, boom!
Edge
Never
goes to the
pick Roman for
timekeeper.
the spears.
Edge goes to the timekeeper's area and grabs a chair. or actually a couple chairs. Throws one in the ring. Reigns kicks it out. So then Edge gets the crossface onto Reigns. And then Edge also grabs... Wow. Then there's a little piece of this chair still that's in the ring. So Edge does the crossface onto Reigns using that piece of the chair. Then Bryan says, fuck that. I'm going to make sure he doesn't tap. But I'm also going to give him the LaBelle lock at the same time. So Edge has the crossface. Bryan has the LaBelle lock at the same time.
The facials on all three guys.
And they're going for it. They're going for it.
Facials on all three guys?
You know what I mean.
Gross.
Pay no attention to us. Keep going.
Edge and Bryan break their submission hold. Edge does a spear to Bryan, and then a spear to Reigns. Edge goes and does a concerto to Bryan. Does a concerto to Reigns. Or, well, actually...
No, he tries.
He tries to hit him with the fucking chair and does... He tries to do a concerto.
Gets speared.
Yep.
Then he gets concerto.
Well, then... Jey Uso comes back.
Oh, yeah, that's how it happens. He tries to get it on that.
Edge does the spear to Jey Uso.
Spear.
Then Edge hits Uso with the chair. Reigns has a spear to Edge.
Oh, no, that's only two.
Reigns has a concerto to Edge. And then Bryan's dead. Edge is dead.
Dead.
So Reigns puts Edge on top of Bryan and pins them both. 1, 2, 3. The big dog retains his
Head
title.
of the table retains, and the ass fuck ton of leftover pyro goes off.
Yeah, whatever they had left. It's like 4th of July, right?
It was worse than that.
I'm honestly trying to find out any information on how much they spent on pyro, but I'm not showing much luck.
$3.2 billion.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, everything they would have spent if they had shows all year.
So the wrestlers probably didn't get paid because all with the pyro.
It's like, you guys want a live show in front of fans that's spectacular, or do you want money?
Yeah.
Because we can only do one.
Yeah.
Fuck, we'll just give our paychecks to you.
First of all, I've never seen a match with a double pin like that and it be recorded as a double pin. Usually one person is the loser, you know.
Yeah, every single report I saw, including WWE's official page. Stuff.
This is the first time I've seen Roman Reigns win a match at WrestleMania that I liked.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. When he beat Taker, it was just...
it was shallow.
It was yeah, because like we all knew it was going to happen. When he beat Lesnar, the one time, it was so many false finishes. I hated it.
He didn't beat Lesnar.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
No, he lost to
that
Lesnar.
match.
That's right. I'm sorry. Who did he beat at WrestleMania? Oh, Triple H was a good match, but it was just so slow, and we knew again Reigns was going to win. We didn't know who was going to win this match.
No, we all had
we all bet on different people just for the hell of it. But like any one of these guys could have taken this match. Could have won this match, and it would have been just fine because they can find ways to work around all three of these guys' has issues with each other.
I like the choice.
And Roman Reigns is the best thing going in the WWE today. And so why not keep the belt on
Bobby
him?
Lashley's going if they do it right.
Yeah. Fucking hurt business. That's so weird.
That's why I had to say if they do it right.
The spot where Reigns had the friggin' bar in his mouth. Jeez, man. Edge looked like he was just pulling back with that crossface, and he had the bar in it, and like the chair was gimmicked, I think, or it broke legitimately, and Edge was just like, "Ooh, neat."
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
When Bryan showed up and they did that, and then like he's just holding him, Reigns is back there flaying on his legs.
He is. He wasn't gonna tap, but you could see through his hair. His eyes are bugged out. He's just like his eyes are rolling in the back of his head. And he's like, but like
to be fair, had he have said, okay, since he had that damn bar in his mouth, I don't think he would have really been able to scream, "I quit." So,
and of course, he can't tap out if both his arms are incapacitated.
So it's funny though, because
exactly. So doesn't the feet count as a tap out?
No.
It should have.
And then when their
I guess maybe they could have worked it that way.
And then when their heads started, when they started doing the headbutts and they started letting go, Reigns is just like,
get me out of here.
Just corpsing the dead for like 2 minutes.
So to all the listeners here, we all three of us went on DraftKings and we did that little free WrestleMania game that they have, and one of the questions was between Roman Reigns and Edge, who will hit the most spears or will they tie? And
Edge.
I picked Roman Reigns.
Edge.
And these guys can F off, these lucky motherfuckers.
Hey, I got every question right except for who won the match. So I think I
Yeah.
got fucked off the most.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got 2 wrong. So
Yeah.
I did the foreign object once.
I only took Daniel Bryan because you guys took the other
We
two.
didn't legitimately. We kind of forgot about the fucking no DQ rules and a triple threat.
I got lucky
Yeah.
because I did end up saying that. I did accidentally
You're just
say
being
that.
different. You happen to get
I just thought that I did what you guys did, so I was like, oh, that was nice. to know.
In this match here, I don't think there's any dull moments. I was literally like halfway through, I was standing up because I don't know who's gonna win this.
Well, I'll tell you why there's no dull moments in there. About 5 minutes in, it's like, it's really going to be a short match. I kept telling you no.
It felt like they were going to high spots like within 5 minutes. I was like, no way, right? I mean, maybe they're running short on time. I don't know if they were allotted amount of time at the stadium because of curfew or something like that. I don't know.
This did give me Angle, Mysterio, Orton vibes because it did go really quick.
But it got time, though.
It was 20 minutes. Don't get me wrong.
Wow, it didn't feel like it.
But
Maybe it's a good thing.
it did do like that match where it didn't really slow down. Like you didn't have the I'm gonna punch kick you for a while and
Which is
get you
fine.
out of the
I
ring,
don't
and then
need that.
you'll come back in the ring.
And at the end, all 3 guys were in the ring for a good like 6 minutes together. Like not because the typical triple threat matches usually have a guy gets thrown out and then 2 guys fight each other, and then every combination thereof. But at the end, all 3 of them were in the ring for like at least the last like 5-6 minutes. I thought it was really really good.
yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna give it a 10 though because I think the best match was earlier in the night, and I'm not gonna give it better than Banks and Belair. But this match is definitely a 9.5 for me.
I gave it a 9.
Solid 9.
Yeah.
No,
The right guy went over. They have a way to book their next few months because who knows who pinned who and all that nonsense. And
To be honest, it means that at Backlash, Edge has a legitimate gripe.
WrestleMania Backlash.
backwash. So yeah,
Edge has a legitimate gripe because he can say, "Well, at least I pinned Bryan." And,
well, your ass and feet pinned Bryan.
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, Bryan. You have no fight in this.
You shouldn't have been in this match to begin with.
you wizarded your way into it and you didn't get the job done.
To
So
be
sorry about your
100%
luck.
honest with you, the ending of this match reminded me of the ending of the fucking Backlash 07 Fatal 4-Way where
just
Cena's
Cena just
head
gets-
falls on Orton and
Cena
they
Cena
count.
just gets sweet chin music on the Orton. 1, 2,
And Michaels just
3.
dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Michaels had gotten like pedigreed or 8-8 or something. Like they just did like 4 finishers in a row.
Yeah, it was like finisher, finisher, finisher,
And then
finisher, finisher.
and
And then,
Michaels was the first one to get up from taking his finishers, and Cena hit an AA, and then he turned around, and Michaels was like, super kick,
and then he just
He
falls onto Orton.
because I think Michaels took a spear or an RKO, one of the two.
So both main events on both nights knocked him out of the park.
I wouldn't say both, maybe I'd say every match that I wanted to be good was good, but every match that I knew wouldn't be good wasn't good, and then the Fiend Orton thing was just dumb.
Obviously, night 1 was better than night 2.
Yeah. But like the matches that were good, like Dylan said, they carried the whole show. If this was one of those reviews where we're reviewing this like 3 years in the future, it'd be one of those things where just watch it all, and chunks. It's
I don't
a
know.
long show.
I don't know. You can skip certain things.
I'm looking right here.
My reason is because there's still good things to see out of all of it. Like even with the Orton and Fiend stuff, the Alexa Bliss spot was really cool.
Yeah.
But like hell, watch it to see Tamina get a pop, but you might not ever see it again. You know, shit like that.
I'll book it like this. If I was going to build this and take out what I wouldn't want, what I would, I'd take the U.S. title match. I'd take both women's titles matches. I'd take both main events, or both world title matches. I'd take Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, take Cesaro, and
Ian Cruz.
I'd put Big E and Cruz on there because it's one of the matches has to not be the best.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And like the moment as a segment. Take the match part of the Randy Orton stuff out of there. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
Just
also,
take Randy Orton out of it. And just
Also,
do this spot.
look at that creative finish for that very first fall, that tag turmoil match. Take the rest out.
Yeah.
With fucking Carmella helping Billy Kay.
I just booked an 8-match card right there with the matches I liked from this. They
True.
could've just
Yeah,
did
so I
that.
mean, half of this show is like really fucking good, and half of it's like, it's not terrible, but it's not great.
But you're gonna get that. It's 2 nights, and they did like 17 fucking matches or something like
It was
that.
only 14.
14, 7 matches a night.
I mean, you got the Bad Bunny debut. You can put that.
Oh yeah,
on there.
I forgot about that
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah.
that was good. Yeah, definitely. I can watch that Canadian Destroyer
No shit.
Over and over.
Hey, that's all about John Morrison there, because he's the one who took the move like a fuck
I'm gonna say
champion.
either way. I don't know if I'm more impressed that he did. There's three things to this: that he did it, that WWE let it happen, and I saw a Canadian Destroyer on WWE TV in 2021. When you see like 5 of them a week on AEW Dynamite, buddy.
Exactly. But yeah, overall, I mean, the show is pretty good. What, like we said, the matches that we expected to be good were good.
If not better than good.
Sheamus and Riddle, we didn't expect much, but it was better than we expected.
I mean, McIntyre and Lashley is better than I thought it was going to be.
I agree with that too. Just two big powerhouses just going at it.
I expected Belair and Banks to be good. I didn't think 10 good, but it got there.
It got there.
True.
So like I was not expecting when we sat down to be like, I'm going to give a 9.5 or a 9 and a 10 on the main event. I didn't think I was going to give a 10 to a WWE match in 2021. How about that?
But hey, the good thing too is like if they would have had, let's say, both of these nights combined into one, the crowd might have been dead towards the latter half of the show.
I would have killed myself. I mean, we did it, and we were super hyped in the main event.
Yeah.
But you also
we're not sitting in we're not sitting in bleacher seats either.
We're also not sitting there for fucking, let's say if you combine both nights, 10 to 12 hours, and there's also a big ass thunderstorm at the very beginning of the show.
Like, I think you take the 20-minute thunderstorm delay out of the first night, it was 3 hours and 26 minutes. And whatever that last bear was like 3 hours and 20 minutes too. That's like 7 hours.
Yeah, the length of the show was long, but you had enough in there that made it worth it. So this is essentially like WrestleMania 35, where it was a long show, but there was a lot of good stuff in there.
I can't even say I appreciated that it was 2 nights because we watched them back to back, so it was like we were watching 35 again.
Yeah, but like if we were to, next year watch them live, if there were 2 nights, I don't know if they're going to be next year, hopefully. Because the 2-night format, I think, works better because the crowds are more into it at the end.
Yeah, you do 2 3.5-hour shows instead of 1 7-hour show.
Yeah, because like WrestleMania 35, that was the biggest issue is the latter, 2-3 matches didn't really have crowd support.
So I have 2 last points before we kick you guys out of here. I was going to say, even if you had the same, say, 70,000 people on both nights, the fact that they can go home for the night, recharge, do whatever, and come back, that's all you would need.
Well, exactly. And on top of that, a lot of these fans, too, have watched a ton of wrestling over the week. They had AEW, the house...
NXT.
The house show.
They had AEW, they had NXT's TakeOver, they had AEW's house show, they had all the other GCW events.
Yeah, they had fucking like Josh Burnett's Bloodsport, they had the Spring Break show, Effie's Big Gay Brunch, Alley Cat's Real Hot Girl Shit.
I saw you saying that. Yeah. The other point I was going to make is, I don't know if it's because I had seen 35 before, and I hadn't seen any of this before, but I enjoyed this more because I hadn't seen it before. Something about watching a live show. I say the same thing when we watch the AEW pay-per-views. When we do reviews of live shows, I get a little bit more invested in it.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they bring the fans back in, we'll review the current WWE pay-per-views. It's just we need the fans there. Thunderdome isn't doing it as much.
Nope.
No. Like now it's going to be weird because they got to go back to it.
Eventually, yeah, but
Like tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no, they do, yeah. It's going to be weird for us to review shows like that, though.
Yeah.
It'll eventually happen, but next week will be a good review, so I don't know when we're putting this up, but hey.
I'm going to put it up. Well, I'm going to split it up and put it up.
All right, have a good night.
See ya.